Welcome back to Dubai for the 2019 IPF World Open Powerlifting Championships. And the storms have rolled in at just the right time as the bigger boys start to come out. We're going to see some huge weights hitting the deck here. It's going to be an enormous day. We're at day 3 of the competition, only a few days left. And of course, again, we're going to take you through a few of the rules. And in particular, the squat we're going to have a look at. It's one of those things that it's generally a straightforward lift technically wise, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong and a lot of areas you can fail on the powerlifting platform. So it's a little bit different than being in the gym. And you've got a lot of eyes on you, and there's a few areas that referees are really taking a focus on and making sure they get right. So some of those areas that you can fail a squat in particular, if we have a look, you can beat the start command. So in a squat, you need to wait till you're in that lock position and you get a start command before you're allowed to begin your squat. Then you have to actually reach depth, so you've actually got to get the hip crease below the top of the thigh, below the knee there. And the reason for failure, again, you can dip the bar. So the bar has to come up in a constant motion. It can actually come to a pause or a stop, but it cannot dip back down. And of course, you have to finish in that locked position and then wait for the rack command as well. So you can't just get to the top, throw it back in the rack. You've got to stand, control, and wait for that rack command, and that'll be a yellow card. And of course, we are about 1 minute away from getting underway here in Dubai. And a huge thank you to the people that put this together. Uplift have stood behind the IPF and stood behind this competition and put on an amazing event, an amazing venue here. And a fantastic system as well. Uplift bringing coaches and athletes together from around the world. Such a good system that I signed on as an Uplift coach myself. Aliko, who has continued to raise the bar. They equip so many competitions, do so many things for the sport. It is absolutely outstanding, well beyond sponsorship. And SBD, the greatest products on the planet. You put an SBD belt on, you're not going to want to take it off for at least a week. I'm pretty sure I went to bed with mine for 3 days. And of course, I am joined with none other than Ralph Parkinson.
Good morning, all.
All the way from the EPF Secretary General, 2-time Hall of Famer. He's going to take us through all the action here today. The 83s
Are going to be exciting.
This has been one of the most exciting weight classes for a long
93,
time.
93, you know, 2 big classes, yeah.
And I remember years ago, I mean, there was always that sort of one class that was really exciting. But it's gotten to the point now where every single weight class is equally as exciting. I mean, we started the week and it's just been non-stop action.
World record after world record going every day.
And we are getting underway here in Dubai. Andre. Sorry, I had the wrong screen.
Yeah, this
Yu Cheng,
it's
Chinese Taipei.
No, it should be. Oh, it is. I thought it was Romania. Is it right lifter?
We've seen a few screens switching over now, so that is definitely not you.
Yeah.
That is Andre Nicolai Irimi from Romania.
Yeah.
Looking at 210.
He's got a personal best of 255, so this should be a comfortable opener.
Squat.
First lift of the
What's
day.
the referee say? Yeah.
The referees say it's a good lift. It is a good way to start the day. So now we have Yu Jai Cheng from Chinese Taipei looking at 220.
Again, should be a comfortable opener. His personal best is 295.
20 years of age.
Oh yes, he's still a junior.
Yeah, picked up the
3
gold.
years to go in the junior.
Yeah, picked up the gold medal at the Junior IPF World Championships in Regina, Canada this year.
Still a junior competing in the open
And
category.
hit a 295 squat at that competition this year. That was in August, so not that long ago.
No, he's still got about what?
So
month and a half?
a busy schedule competing juniors and opens.
I assume this will be the last competition for the year for most of these lifters.
Yeah, I think for most of these lifters, this will probably be their last one, unless they run a different competition cycle.
That's good.
Yeah, the depth looks pretty good from where we're sitting. And the referees say it's a good lift.
I mean, in Europe, we've got one more event to go in Europe. We've got
in Lithuania.
yeah, in Lithuania, the European Classic, which starts on the 29th of this month. So most of us are going straight from
Yeah,
here.
and you'll be practically flying from here straight to Lithuania.
And that's promised to be a good championship as well. It's nearly 500 lifters taking part.
Laurenti Avram from Romania looking for 250.
Yeah, 20 kilo below his personal best.
Handles the weight well.
His elbow is very close to the legs, and of course that's a failure. Can be.
Of course, if the elbows are seen to be
Supporting.
used to support, that would also be a failure. But he gets the 2 white lights. Yeah, look, they're certainly touched, but the referees have determined they're not being used
I think
to
it
support.
can touch, but it must not be seen as a supporting.
Yeah, as a support or
It's-
some sort of mechanism.
I think they need to look at that rule again, in my opinion. Because where do you decide where the lift is touching or is it supporting?
Yeah, and it is a difficult decision. Esteban Castro from Costa Rica wants 260 to open his campaign.
Yeah, they all seems to be starting quite conservatively. Nobody's so far close to their personal best in the opener.
So he's looking at 260. So this was his best lift in the World Championships last year
Okay.
in Hampstead.
That looks
Well,
deep.
the depth looks pretty good.
He's fighting it.
Maybe too deep. Now, he got it back to the top. Did the bar
Yeah,
dip
that's the
at
question.
all?
Let's see what the referee says.
Waiting for the referee's decision. And he gets the 2 red lights. And he's got a blue card and a yellow card there. So the bar has moved up and down.
Very marginal.
Very close call. And you can see just to the top there, he took that almost a second stab at it. Emmerich Van Hey from Belgium. Looking for 260.
Again, should be a comfortable opener. His personal best.
Yeah, it's well below his personal best, 275. Speed
Very
was
strong.
very good. Had no problem moving that sort of weight. And he gets the 2 white lights. That is enough to go on the board.
270 next weight on the bar. Mohammed Yusuf, Indonesia. Karate and Kobayakawa to get ready.
So Mohammed Yusuf from Indonesia now.
Barlow,
270.
kilos. Mohammed Yusuf, Indonesia.
So back in 2017 at the World Championships in Pilsen, he did a 280.
Yeah.
I imagine he's made some progress since then.
Yeah, well, he got 285 as his PB, so he must have done another 5 kilos.
Well, the way that one moved, he has made a
lot.
lot of progress.
That was so easy.
3 white lights. We might be able to have a look at the replay. This moved like absolute lightning.
Weight on the bar. This is for
Oh, yes.
That was
Really weight.
almost finishing his warm-up.
and Irimi as we move into round 2. After Karayakawa and
So 280 goes on the bar for Nalish Garat from India.
Karate, India.
Yeah, I think the Indian has a big team here this year, I think.
Yeah, their teams are getting bigger and bigger every
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Every event I go to, there are more and more athletes
I
from
think they
India,
really put in a lot
coaches.
of effort. They had two coaches came to La Manga this year to pass the
40 seconds.
And
coach
it's
license.
really, really built.
So that's good.
Starting to build and starting to grow. and you see the quality of their performances are getting better as well.
It improved, yes.
You know, and that, I mean, that is just athlete experience, coaching experience at international events. But right now he's got 280 on the bar.
20 seconds.
His personal best is down as 322, so this should be easy. Comfortable.
Very,
And
very
it is.
easy.
It is very comfortable.
He looks very comfortable under there. Never faltered. 3 white lights.
310 is the next weight on the bar. 310 kilos, Wataru Kobayakawa.
So 310 goes on the bar for Wataru Kobayakawa from Japan.
Bar is loaded. 310 kilos.
He's 44 years old and he's 25 years in competition.
Yeah, well
job
under
as
his
a coach.
best lift of
Yeah,
327 and a
well.
half.
Every lifter so far coming out very conservatively. 20 kilo
Yeah,
below,
it's
50
really,
kilo
really
below.
good to see
Yeah,
them,
yes.
you know, opening conservative. They've been watching the last couple of days
I
as
hope
well.
so.
They've
I've
seen the
been
ones.
learning.
They've seen
Yeah.
people that have made the errors.
Really coming out too high, too close to their personal best, failing, put themselves under a lot of pressure.
So he squatted a 315 this year, the Japanese Powerlifting Championships.
Yep.
Handled that very well. 3 white lights. Yeah, I mean, you come into day 3, and these guys have had sort of a little bit of an advantage of watching the last couple of days of competition, seeing, you know, what sort of mistakes people have made, what referees are looking at, putting things together with the referees' briefings.
The coaches especially should be paying attention and really discuss it with the lifter. Yeah.
Andrei Nikolai Arimi from Romania, 220 kilograms.
Yeah, still way below his personal best, so again. This is a big stage, the World Championship, no bigger unless you get to the World Games. So
Yeah, it's tough
come
walking
on,
out
enjoy
there.
it. Yeah, it is. Television camera everywhere, referees.
Well, he has no problem with the
Yeah.
weight. Was he deep enough?
Let's look.
And he gets 2 to 1. Center
Center
referee just
referee,
thought
yeah.
maybe a little bit shy, but the side referees with the best view said it's deep enough.
To prepare, bar is loaded. 230 kilos.
Yu Jai Cheng, Chinese Taipei now looking for 230.
Again, conservative 10 kilo increase from his first.
Yeah, and that's a smart move. I mean, he competed in August in Canada, which is not that long ago. He did 295 there. I mean, a lot of guys will look at this and say, well, you know, he did 295
Why is
in
not
August.
doing?
Why, you know, we down at 230? Because it's energy taxing.
Yeah,
You know, the likelihood of being able to go 295 again in such a short period of time,
that's correct.
I mean, especially above that, you've got to lift for the competition and for your body at that time.
No. It's obviously quite up.
You know, it's interesting. His technique looked a little different on that one.
I think you may be right. It's short distance between a world in
Yeah,
Canada
very short distance.
and here.
And, you know, the
he
time
hasn't got
needed.
time to go to another cycle.
Yeah, the time needed to recover from that and then start that training cycle again.
260 kilos on the bar for Esteban Castro.
Esteban Castro from Costa Rica looking for 260.
He missed his opener.
So he did a major bench championship in 2019 in October. You know, the bench only championships aren't quite as taxing. And he's looking very, very fresh on his squats.
Yes, right.
Good weight for Esteban Castro, 260 kilos. Same weight remains on the bar for Laurentiu Avram, Romania.
Laurentiu Avram from Romania
Yusuf to get ready.
wants to
Bar
look
is
at
loaded.
260 as well.
260 kilos.
If you can do it, I can do it.
Avram, Romania.
So just shy of his personal best.
Yeah. And again, Uncle taking a 10 kilo increase from his first to his second. And if this is successful, then maybe equal his personal best.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get near your personal best at a competition, you're doing well.
Absolutely. And
If you add a couple of kilos, you're doing fantastic.
yeah, at this level.
Depth looks good.
Working for it.
That's a fight very, very hard. I think no lift though, doesn't get deep enough. Just a little bit shy there. That's pretty borderline. Emmerich Van Hee from Belgium. He'll be looking at 270.
Again, 10 kilo increase from his first to his second. And this will put him 5 kilo below his personal best.
Yeah, I mean, he looked very comfortable in his opening 260.
He did.
Come on, tempo. Come on. No, tempo. Come, knock. Oh, come on, dude.
And just got out of line there.
Yeah, just lose it at the bottom.
Yeah, look, and again, I mean, he competed in April in the European Powerlifting Championships. Hit a 275 there. Yeah, so he knows this is not unfamiliar territory for him, but all these competitions begin to take their toll on the nervous system, and you can see in that one,
Yeah.
shifts back.
Yeah. Let's say you can see it. The bottom, you can be tight at the bottom and get that drive.
Yeah, and
If
if
it went
you've got-
backwards,
Yeah, if you've got 270 kilos in your back and you shift out of line,
you're gonna put it back.
there's
Almost
not much of a
difficult.
chance to bring it back.
Very true. So it's not the strength race, it's just technique again.
Yeah, it's really
Multi-
technique on that one. Sit back into it, get that chest up. Muhammad Yasub, Indonesia, looking for
This is a personal best.
290.
Oh yes, that looks good.
Boy, it is looking easy today, and we said he hit a 280 in 2017. So we're talking a couple of years of training
Yeah.
cycles and competition, and it is starting to show. Look at that.
Very easy.
Kobayakawa and check to get ready. Bars loaded. 310 kilos. Nilesh Karate, India.
Nilesh Karate from India, 310.
Yeah, his opener with 280 was very, very comfortable.
Yeah, it's a
So
big
I
jump
think
though,
it's a
30
big
kilos.
30 kilo jump. But if you look at his personal best, if that's correct, it's got
322
322 and a
and a
half. So
And some athletes do train for the big
get
jumps.
the first, get the opener in, get comfortable,
Yep,
and then
get a
put the
good
weight on.
conservative opening lift in.
Yeah, which can make sense. But you got to be confident you're going to nail the second one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big jump, 30 kilos. Let's see how he handles it.
Oh, there you are.
And it might have been just a little bit too much of a big jump. You know, a 305 might have been a better option.
300 maybe,
Yeah, or 300.
20 kilo jump.
Now, he moved out of the bottom quite well,
Yeah.
but just couldn't convert. Wataru Kobayakawa from Japan, 317.5.
Bars loaded.
And again, he looked very good on his opening lift.
Kobayakawa, Japan.
He's opened up with 310, so he's actually gone 17 and a half. He got 7.5 kilo increase.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good conservative jump from first to second. You know, you also don't know how much travel's affected these guys.
Yes,
The change in diet
different
has
times,
affected them.
competing at different time of day. Yeah.
Depth looks good. Speed is very good out of the bottom, and he's used that speed to get back to the top. the referees say no lift. They got a depth on one side and got a yellow card on the other. Just having a look at the replay there. Yellow card might have suggested the bar might have dropped.
Well, I don't know. I may have pressed the wrong button, maybe.
Yeah, it could have been a wrong button press.
I think that's the case.
4 attempts remain to change.
Yu Jai Cheng, Chinese Taipei, 230. He missed this on his second. He smoked his opener at 220.
Yeah.
Missed his second at 230. I think of a few little technique corrections.
Yeah, and we also think he hasn't fully recovered from the World's Juniors.
Yeah, look, it really is going to take it out of your body. We think it was in August. So during that time, he's going to have to find time to recover after it, then find time to get back to a training cycle.
25 seconds.
So in essence, he probably hasn't had an enormously long training cycle and quite a short one. And it looks like he's
your
not
body
going to
cannot
take
hold
this
peak
lift.
for that length of time. You know? So you lose peak after.
Yeah, so he's decided he's not taking this lift by the look of it.
Okay, makes sense.
And it is quite possibly that, you know what, the fatigue of competition is just starting to catch up a little bit. Let's save some energy. We've got bench and deadlift to go. So that'll time out. And we'll move to 260 now. Lorenzo Avram from Romania will look for 260. Again, he missed his second. Just couldn't quite put it all together.
No.
And
he
certainly had better technique on that one. As you can see about halfway out, we see in the replay, he starts to shift back just a little bit again. And you can tell that's where he starts to lose the power.
The hips going backwards, yeah.
And he knew that wasn't going to happen.
Of course, the hip is a power source, isn't it? That's
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be able to push it, drive through those hips. Emmerich Van Hee from Belgium, 270.
Yeah, he missed this on his second attempt, and we think that he lost the line as he began to drive. The hip went backwards.
Yeah, so if he can,
correct
find that line and that bar path, get everything lined up properly,
then you got a chance of getting it. Let's see.
So sit back into it, keep that chest up high.
It's better.
And he handles the weight well on that one. That's the question. Is it deep enough? It is.
Good adjustment.
He gets, look, he just adjusted that technique a little bit. Everything lined up properly. Keeps that chest up. You can see the chest stays up all the way through.
Hips stay in line.
Never faltered. So we go 275 now for Esteban Castro.
Missed his opener. Successful with his second. It's kind of 15 kilo.
Yeah, so probably, I mean, the 15 kilo jump may not have been the original plan. They might have decided to go the 15 to try and make up a little bit of ground.
You had to take his 260 twice. Yeah, you're right. No.
Just a little bit too much today. Just a little bit too much. He looked a little bit hesitant on the way down. He just sort of folded a little bit much at the bottom. Muhammad Yusuf, Indonesia, 305. This is a big personal best.
If his profile is correct, it is a huge personal best. got 285 as his personal best.
Well, yeah, I mean, he hit a 280 back in 2017,
Yeah.
and I mean, his lifts have been outstanding.
Yeah, has been. His first two been really good.
If that's any indication, this is going to fly up.
And
He's got a replacement
is
command.
it some problem?
Locking the knees by the sounds of it.
Okay. He's got time. Has he got time? He's got 26 seconds.
Yeah, he's just going to miss
Is
a
he
bit,
leave?
bit of a misunderstanding.
Why does he leave
Nope,
the
they've
platform?
decided not to take the lift.
Ah. That's strange.
15
Yeah.
seconds.
Not quite sure what happened there. It looked like he just wasn't comfortable in his suit either. It looked like he was
I think the lifter has
not
left the
feeling
platform.
in that position to take that lift.
Yeah, but was he called in? Is he?
Time out.
I
and
thought
it's
he got,
no lift for
yeah, he got a
Mohammed
replacement
Yusuf
call,
of
but I
He
think
got
he just,
a lot of time to
I
make
think he just
adjustments.
used up too much
Okay.
air.
Okay, possible, yeah.
Nilesh Karate, India.
Yeah, it looked like he just used up way too much air, taking the rack out of the first one, get the replacement call,
Bar is loaded.
and just can't get that breath again.
Nilesh Karate,
Yep.
India.
I mean, when you talk about having that much weight on your back,
It's a mental
it does
thing.
take
that's
a lot of
really-
air and a lot of energy to do
Of
that.
course, yeah.
Nilesh Karate from India, 310.
Now we missed this on his second attempt, so I think it was on depth. Need to go a little bit deeper, I think. I think
Yeah,
it
just
was.
couldn't get it up though. I mean, 280,
Okay.
280 to 310. It was a huge jump.
It was.
Now his body's used to the weight now though, so yeah, and look at the difference. So he's come out to hit the 310 in the second, misses it because a 30-kilo jump was a big shock. Now on the third attempt, the body's actually not shocked by the 30 kilos. And it's a completely different lift.
Kobayakawa of Japan. Yusuf Kwan,
Wataru
Tiagaraj Kasinathan to follow.
Kobayakawa from Japan, 317.
I think he's got this on his. Did he got it? Didn't. He's got it up. He didn't fail it.
Yeah, if I
think,
remember rightly,
it was-
he
yeah,
had no problem
can't
with the
quite
weight.
remember. So he's capable of doing this.
And bar loaded has been called. Is he coming out for this lift?
Yeah, maybe not. He's got 37 seconds.
35 seconds.
Doesn't look like he's going to come out for this lift. If he is, he's going to be very, very rushed to
Be
set
rushing
up.
it, 30
30
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah.
And you can see on these guys when they're coming out for their second lifts,
So don't forget, ladies
you know,
and
they're
gentlemen,
starting
we
to
have sweet
feel
spot here,
the
doing what is
fatigue,
supposed
feel
to
the
be
heat.
finest
So
protein
some of them are
cheesecake
making that
available
decision. You know what?
for thousands of miles.
Save yourself.
I'm going to drop my third.
Yeah.
Also
But the
Save a
bench
bit
press
of
to come.
energy. I've got a lot of lifting to go.
Every possible angle to make
You
sure
know,
that
and
they get the
we
best
saw
possible
Arimi
photos and
scratch his
videos
third
of all athletes.
and make
Talk to
that
them
decision.
about your competition.
So it looks like he's going to let that one time out.
Time out. No lid. No
So
lid
we
for
move
Kobayakawa.
straight into the second
25
flight
kilos
now.
to round one for the evening.
We go to Yu Sin Kwan, Chinese Taipei,
Yusuf Kwan,
for 220.
Chinese Taipei. Tiagaraj Kasinathan and Simone Carniel to follow. Bars loaded, 220 kilos, Yusuf Kwan, Chinese.
37 years old. He's 22 years in competition. His job is a coach.
Yeah, he's got plenty of
And
experience. He's been
lot
around
of
a long time.
experience. And he's certainly coming up with a conservative opener. His personal best is 300, so oh, very easy.
Well, it was very, very smooth all the way through.
White lights in a good way for Yusuf Kwan at 220 kilos. Next weight on the bar, 305 kilos for Tiagaraj Kasinathan of India. Carniel and Rolvag.
Kasanathan of India now, 305.
25 years old. He's 5 years in competition. His job description, sports person.
Bars loaded, 305 kilos. Tiagaraj Kasinathan of India.
So 305. 10 kilos under his personal best. And he hasn't timed it very well here because we're down to 45 seconds. And
He's coming
now
out.
he's
I can
finally
see him.
coming out.
But again, yeah,
And he's
Don't.
left
If anything
himself
goes wrong, it's got a problem.
30 seconds now to set up.
30 seconds.
You know, and you don't want to be rushing your setup.
No. The last thing you're going to do,
Boy, they've
you
got
lose the line and everything goes.
they've got those wraps super tight.
It's down to 15
15
seconds.
seconds.
Got in there with 5 seconds to spare. Moved the weight very, very
Was it
easily.
deep enough?
That's going to be the question.
No.
Not deep enough.
No way. 2 to 1.
You know, and it was part of that because he was so rushed to come out and set up
Exactly, that's
that he
my
just
point.
didn't have, you know, in the position in his mind to think of everything he's got to think of.
Gary, you got 1 minute to start the
Gotta
attempt.
use it.
Why not use it on the platform? Why leave yourself 30 seconds?
You know, and that's when it
before you
comes
decide
down
to
to
come
that
out?
coaching experience, isn't it? Getting their
It's
reps
lack of
ready
experience,
in
yeah.
time.
Yeah, sure.
Simon Caniel from Italy. 3:10, and again we're down to 38 seconds, and he's still fixing his wrist wraps up.
He's going to redo it again.
I
Take
think
up
the
a few more
coach is a
seconds.
lot more stressed than he
He's
is.
pushing him out.
30 seconds.
Coach is almost pushing him past the tech controller there. So he's got 23 seconds to set up.
If you have to re-wrap this, then it
If
lifts
there's a
down.
re-rack, you're definitely not going to get it through. But you put yourself under pressure. You've got so many things you need to remember when you're doing this lift.
Again?
And
I'm going to wait for the referee signal.
yeah, I think he's gotten away with it. I think he got down deep enough from where we're sitting.
Yes,
he
he
did. But he just put so much stress on himself. And now that lift's over, and certainly the energy expectations from the lift are no different, but the energy expectations from being under that sort of pressure and stress are phenomenal.
Yes. I hope any young lifters out there watching really take some heed.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. You've got to get your timing right. Kim Rino Rovak from Norway,
Yes.
3:20.
He's been around a long time. Very good lifter indeed. He's opening up 15 kilo below his personal best.
45 seconds.
Just going to scare the bar into submission there.
Ever so nice guy as well. That's strong.
Very strong. And look at the difference in how calm he was. I mean, he had 30 seconds left on the clock when he had the
40,
start
yeah,
command.
40 seconds.
All Norway at 320 kilos, 325 kilos.
You know, very calm, didn't have to rush anything.
Vladislav Shaibikov
Took his
from
time.
Russia. Vasyukov and Naniev, get ready. Bars loaded.
Vladislav
325 kilos.
Shobakov
Vladislav
from
Shaibikov,
Russia, 3:25.
He's 24 years, so he's just out at the juniors.
Just out of the juniors.
And he's been competing for 11 years. And he's opening with 7.5 kilo below his personal best.
And the Russian team so far this week have been outstanding.
Well prepared, on it.
Not just with the performance of the athletes, but just their planning, their coaching, not getting caught up in the little games, just going after that big prize. Very, very quick,
What an opener!
very powerful. And he gets that one on the board, making it look very, very easy.
335 is the next weight on the bar for Evgeny Vasyukov, Russia.
Yevgeny
Yep.
Vasyukov from
Again,
Russia, 3:35.
Been around for many, many years. Great lifter.
Yeah.
34 years old.
Very well known.
Yeah. 19 years in competition. He's got a personal best of 360. So this should be a comfortable opener.
Спокойно, Жень, спокойно. Положи ее. Снял ножками спинку. Хорошо.
Just not overly comfortable with this setup, is he?
No.
But he looks pretty
Once
comfortable
the-
with the weight,
yeah,
though.
once the weight, yeah.
3 white lights are illuminated.
Yeah, 3 white lights. Clearly just need to start moving.
For Andriy Naniev, Ukraine.
Yeah. Andrei Daniev is
Bar
again.
is loaded.
Andrei Naniev
Douglas.
from the Ukraine now,
Bar
335.
loaded at 335 for Andriy Naniev, Ukraine.
And he's opening just 5 kilo below his personal best. So he's 35 years old, 15 years in competition.
40 seconds.
His job is a gym instructor. Coached by Victor Nylikin.
Yeah,
Ex-world
fantastic
champ.
coach.
Oh, wasn't he a brilliant lifter as well in
You
the
know what?
days?
He's such a great coach, but such a great person.
He is.
You see him out the back there, and he'll just help anyone that needs it. Oh,
good.
super smooth. Watch out. He's looking like he's chasing another gold medal. He picked up the gold back in 2018 in Hampstead.
It's going to be a tough battle here.
Ukraine, Paul Douglas and Yisin Kwan, get ready. Bars loaded, 340 kilos. Mykola Baranik, Ukraine.
Gola
Yeah, another great
Baranik
lifter
from the
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
30 years old, 16 years in competition.
And another great coach.
Yes, he's a sportsman instructor. Now with 340. His personal best is 345.
Yeah, and here's the experience difference.
Yeah,
Look
setup
at
is
all the
great.
time he's got.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
It's
still
all
got
set
25
up.
seconds on the clock. Plenty of time. He's able to take his time, get the bar where he wants it, pull it in tight. No rush. Oh, wow, that was fast.
What a opener. Fantastic.
That was super fast. He is going to be tough to beat today.
355 is the next weight on the bar.
Paul Douglas from the US of A, 355.
Kassinathan, get ready. Bars loaded, 355 kilos. Paul Douglas, USA.
Yeah, he's opening with 15 kilo below his personal best. He's 30 years old, 18 years in competition, high school teacher. I'm sure. What time in America this time of the day? Gotta be very. I'm sure they're up watching it. I don't know.
I
we don't know.
imagine no matter what time
Bit
it is, they're
early
awake
time. They'll
watching
be up
that.
waiting, yeah.
I can tell you the time in Russia.
Okay. Yeah. And good setup. You got plenty of time. Yeah.
Depth is good.
That looks good as well.
Depth was almost too deep there. I had a little bit of a heart flutter at the bottom there. If you watch the replay, as he hits the bottom, he just shifts back a little bit.
Yeah, but still enough power.
And
Enough power
somehow
to drive
managed
with
to get that back in line.
Tell you what, the world record is 375. I wouldn't bet on this. I wouldn't bet any other.
I think it's going to go close.
Yeah.
But right now, Yisin Kwan, 230. So,
45 seconds.
is he taking this lift? Because we've only got 40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Or is he? Looks like he's coming out
It's coming
now.
out.
Again, though,
Got to rush it. Yeah.
not leaving himself a lot of time. And
30 seconds and he's still not on the platform.
And he's not an inexperienced lifter either.
Oh well.
He's only got 20 seconds left on the clock. And he doesn't seem to be rushing. I'm not sure if he actually realizes he's only got 15 seconds left.
Three seconds.
Depth looks good from this angle. Whole lift looked very smooth. It was one of those moments where the coach is getting stretched and the athlete looks at his,
What are you worrying about?
hold my beer while I go and lift this.
Please load the bar to 305 kilos.
Well, he had us all worried, but apparently he wasn't worried.
Get ready, bar loaded. 305 kilos, Tiagaraj Kasinethan.
Kasinathan from India, 305. Let's see if he can get himself set up quicker. He's already out on the platform. That's a nice change.
Better. That's much better.
So he missed it on depth on his first, and I really think it was just because everything was so rushed and so stressed. Yeah, look, everything's looking more comfortable, looking better on this one. The wraps still look a little tight for this opening weight. And I think he's going to struggle on depth again.
Think so. And it don't look as if he's locked at the top, his knees.
I don't think it's a weight issue. I think these wraps are just a little bit too tight. I'd like to see them loosen the wraps off just a smidge to allow him to get down there. He has no problem lifting this weight.
Now he's under pressure.
Well, he has. He's put himself in a position now, and we talk about that opening lift and the weight selection, how important it is.
Very.
Simone Caniel from Italy, 320.
Again, it's just 5 kilo below his personal best. Well, 5.5, so that's it. I suppose that was a national record.
Dai, riesa, dai, ogni chilo conta, forza!
And a very strong lifter.
Yeah. Moving from 9th to 7th in the squat. Must remind you that there's also medals to be gained in the squat and the bench press and
That's right.
And the deadlift and the overall.
And that should be a good lift. And it is. He gets one red light there for depth from the centre referee to the side rest with the perfect view. Said it's okay. And it looks good from there. Kim Rino Rolvag from Norway, 330.
Yeah, 10 kilo increase from first to second.
Don't let the tattoos in the beard fool you.
No.
One of the nicest guys
It
out the back.
certainly is. And he's a fantastic dancer as well. So come back with night.
I was going to say, if you met him in a dark alley, you might be concerned about the beard, the tattoos. But knowing he's a fantastic dancer, maybe not. Maybe he's just dancing in the alleyway. I don't know.
Maybe that's what it is.
So 330 on the bar for Kim Rhino.
This moving from 6th to 5th and the squats.
Yeah, look, when you nominate for the 83 open class, you see names like Naniev, Vesikov, you know it's going to be tough.
Yes, certainly is. Yeah,
and he is putting in the work. He is going to make sure he puts some pressure on them. And that's what that's what you look at when you look at some of these names that are in the 83s, and you know they're tough. You know you're going to have to put in the work and just stay in a position where, because anything can happen on the day. One mistake, all of a sudden you've got an opportunity.
There to take advantage of it. That's great.
Vladislav Shevakov from Russia now, 337 and a half.
Getting close to his personal best, which is 342. And this we're moving from 6th to 3rd in the squat.
And you know, you look at some of these coaches, and we've seen them around for such a long time.
Oh yeah, lot of experience.
Lots of experience, lots of champions.
And we talk about this coaching at national level is a totally different.
It's a completely different world.
International, totally. Very close grip with his,
Very, lots of mobility in his shoulders and elbows. And wrists there.
That was an easy squat.
Very, very quick.
The referee
And
say.
he's moving that weight very fast, and he gets the 3 white lights. A quick lift is a good lift.
So now he's in third place in the squad for the moment.
Yeah, so he puts himself in a good position. Yevgeny Vasyukov from Russia.
345 kilos for Evgeny Vasyukov,
Yeah.
Russia.
If he's successful, this will move him up to silver medal in the squad.
345.
15 kilo below his personal best.
He's a very good, experienced lifter.
Oh yes, been around for many years.
Полность на подъем. Полная, она потяжелее должна быть хорошо. Вот, отлично, Жень, спокойно, 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 спокойно,
Shake it a bit.
стой,
Get it set up.
стой, установи.
Yeah, he just can't seem to
Yeah,
get
he's
comfortable under that
struggling.
bar.
Все, спокойно.
There we go, finds his spot.
И работаем. Работай.
Took him a little bit to find his spot.
He's
He's having to work.
Has he got it?
Did he get back to the lock position? Let's
Let's
wait
have a
and
look.
see. He gets it on the board. He just couldn't find his spot. He saw as soon as he found his spot, everything was fine.
ready. Yeah.
Baranek and Douglas, get ready.
Yeah, and you've got to really look at that walkout and getting that walkout right.
Andrei Naniev, Ukraine.
Andrei Naniev from Ukraine, 345.
Yeah, he will go from 5th to 2nd, so he will move into silver medal.
Add a nice
the
little
squat.
5 kilos to his best
Yeah,
lift.
to his best lift, yes, right. To 340. It's going to be a battle here for the squat medal.
Well, the 340 was his best lift at the Open Championships last year in Hampstead, where he picked up the gold medal. And he is eyeing it off today, but his Ukraine teammate is not going to let him have it all his own way.
He's working. Lock the legs.
But if
He's-
he keeps moving them like that, he's going to be tough to beat.
Certainly is.
3 white
Yep,
lights.
that put him in silver medal in the squad for the moment.
355, next weight on the bar.
Mikola Baranek from the Ukraine now with 355, and he is not going to let him have it all his own way.
Nope. And this will put him in this gold medal for the moment if he's successful. I think it's on body weight because the American is slightly heavier. Yeah, 82, 81, as to 82, 59. So slightly lighter
So
body weight.
Baranek just has to match him.
Yeah. So this.
But Paul Douglas is going to be
Ah,
very,
yes.
very tough to beat in the
It's
squad.
gonna be. He has to make a mistake to not win the gold, I think, in this squad.
You'll see if you're watching at home, you can see the rack positions there. So you can have racks in or racks out. And Mikola has chosen to go 1 rack in, 1 rack out.
Yes,
And it's-
one other side.
You know, sometimes it's hand position, sometimes it's personal preference. Very
That's
focused,
strong.
very fast. 3 white lights.
That put him in the
There's
gold
plenty
medal.
left in the
squad.
tank there.
Yeah.
367 and a half. Paul Douglas from the USA.
This will put him back into the elite and the squad.
This is his second lift. Once he hits this 367 and a half, I don't think anyone's going to take the gold medal off him
He's
for
gonna
the
be
squat.
tough with it. This is under 2.5 kilo below his personal best. When you have time to set it up.
Hit a 370.5 at the US Nationals this year. Depth is good. Speed is
That's good.
magnificent.
That's a fantastic lift. Yes.
Has he got a world record attempt in him?
If
It's
he
a
wants
lot-
it.
It's still a big jump. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
No, they put in, let's wait and see what they put in. They come back round to the start for Yi Sin Kwan, Chinese Taipei, for 250.
250 kilos, Yisin Kwan,
We're all
Chinese
watching very close to
Taipei.
see what Paul Douglas puts in for his third
Yeah.
attempt.
Is he going for the gold medal overall and not worrying about the world record?
Well, he's in a position now where he has the gold medal squat
45 seconds.
Yep.
in the bag.
No, he's not going for
No,
it.
he's playing it smart. He's
Yeah,
going
that
the
makes
long
sense.
game.
It's a world championship. You won the gold medal. you
That's
know?
right. I mean, you could
Go
take a
back to
crack at a
America,
world
a
record,
world
miss
champion.
it, and there's 5 kilos you haven't put to your total. And if it gets to the end and you're only 2.5 kilos behind,
Ah, okay. I don't think it's coming out.
looks like he's going to time that
25
one out.
seconds.
Going to save some energy. A good opportunity for us to talk about our sponsors. Alico, obviously a major force behind powerlifting around the world and of course behind the IPF. Their equipment is outstanding. We were wrong, he is coming
It's
out.
coming
He's got
out.
5 seconds left on the
Nah,
clock.
he's wasted time. So it's timed out anyway.
And I think he timed it
Uh,
before he gets the bar off the rack. And he has timed
Enough time
out.
to walk onto your platform and walk off again.
It's an unusual mistake because Chinese Taipei
They're very
have
precise.
the experience in these
Tom Allen
events.
and Kim Rhino Rolvag to get ready.
So Kasanathan from India then will be 305. We're just talking about Alico. Not just fantastic product and not just fantastic sponsor. What they do for this sport
Yeah,
and other
exactly.
sports is absolutely beyond belief.
The sponsors will capture.
So 305, this is the pressure lift here. He missed his opening
Yeah.
under pressure. He missed
All
his
down
second.
to this lift. To stay in the competition.
Can he put this one on the board to register?
Gonna
or
have to
just
work for it.
put himself in the chance to register a total? The wraps look a little bit looser on this one.
Deeper.
Got deeper.
He may
Wasn't
get
deep
this.
enough.
He may get this. Let's
Looks
hope
like
so.
they loosened the wraps off a little bit,
No.
but not deep enough again.
Oh, what a
Very
shame.
unfortunate. I'll be interested to see if the coach goes to the jury panel to have a discussion just to see. And even if he does, I don't think he'll get any joy. Very disappointing for him. Just shows the importance of just choosing those lifts correctly.
Yep.
Getting the experience with the equipment. Simone Caniel from Italy now. 327.5 for a personal best. Has had 2 good lifts.
Yeah.
Nice little 7.5 kilo
310,
jump.
320. And now he's gone 7.5.
And the Indian coach did actually go to the jury,
They did, I saw him.
but he
I
had
thought-
no joy.
Oh,
And the
bit too
327.5 was a bit too much. It looked like on that lift, he just didn't quite drop as deep and didn't have the speed out of the bottom.
heavy. And this is where the wraps come into play, right?
Yeah, right at the bottom there, you're going to get a little bit of a shift from those wraps and push back up. And you've got to make use of it. If you're going to go down really slowly, you're not going to get as much of that bounce. If you're not going to get down to the depth of the wrap, you're not going to get that push. And it's sort of a point of, well, what's the point in wearing wraps if you're not going to use that push?
That's the whole point of it.
You know, and it's very, I mean, it's a very difficult thing too. You're trying to find the bottom, you're trying to find depth. You don't want to go too deep. There's a million things going through an athlete's mind when they're out there. Kim Rhino from
Yep.
Norway, 337.5. He wants a personal best as well.
Here's the personal best, and this will take him up into 5th place in the squad.
He's going to
from
play.
6th to
He's going to
5th.
play a smart game today. He's going to
Yeah.
do his job.
Yeah.
He's going to
Get
stay
all this lift
there
in.
position, waiting to see if anyone opens the door.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Ah, that was a great lift for a personal best. Put the effort in, gives the bar a pat and a big thank you, and gets it on the board.
Next weight on the bar, 345 kilos, Vladislav Shaibikov.
Vladislav
Russia.
Shobakov from Russia,
Get ready.
345.
Bar is loaded, 345 kilos, Vladislav Shaibikov.
Should be a personal best by 2.5 kilo. And this will move him from 6th to 5th. And
Just 24 years of age,
just what the juniors.
just out of the juniors.
So that's one we're going to see for a long time to come.
And oh, look, he is just beginning a career in the Opens at that age.
In terms of powerlifting, he's a baby.
He has got so many years. I cannot wait to see what he's lifting in the next 5 years. It's a scary thought. Bear in mind, I mean, these guys might look huge, but this is the 83 kilo class. And we've got 345 on his back. Another quick lift.
I think he smoked that one up.
Another very, very fast lift to go on the board. He is taking no prisoners. Yevgeny Vasyukov from Russia, 350.
Yeah. This will move up into bronze medal in the squat for the moment. If he's successful.
Russia.
350 kilos, still short of his personal best. And we talk about it all the time now that powerlifting is not linear. You have to lift for the competition,
Yes.
for your physicality of that particular time, for your training. You're not going to go to every competition and get a personal best. And if you look at Yevgeny, his personal best total is 928.5.
At 83.
Absolutely phenomenal, isn't it?
This is for the bronze medal for the moment in the squat. Get the feet right. Lock the knees. Right again.
Works so hard.
Oh no.
Just couldn't quite get through that sticking point. Put in a huge effort though. I think he made the right weight choice there.
Yes, right
it would have
goal.
moved him temporarily into the bronze medal position.
Just
he
a
just got a
sticky
little
point,
bit
just a-
unlucky on that sticking point there. Andrei Naniev from Ukraine, 352.5.
Yeah. This will put him into the bronze medal in the squat for the moment.
He holds the bronze medal. He can't lose
You
that
can't
one
lose that, yes.
because he has that on body weight. He's a fraction lighter than Yevgeny from Russia
30 seconds.
with his 345. So the 352.5, just to add some extra kilos to his
His
total. And you know there's a lot of weight on a Lico bar when it starts to bend. Because they do not bend.
Driving it.
Fantastic lift, and he has plenty left in the tank there. He's still got plenty of energy up his sleeve with the bench press. So he'll take home the bronze medal in the squat.
Next weight on the bar.
Mikola Baranik from the Ukraine now.
Get ready.
365.
At the end of this round.
Yeah.
Bars loaded.
He's already the
Mikola
bronze medalist in the
Baranik,
squat.
Ukraine.
So again, this is to increase his.
Yeah, so he holds the
total.
silver medal. This
Yeah.
will give him a few extra. He can't take away the gold from Douglas. He has
No, because
367.5.
Douglas did already done 367.5. Correct.
But he has the silver medal, and this will add a bit of icing on the cake for him. A fairly decent jump from second to third, 10 kilos.
Аккуратно, малый. Вторую. Встал. Раз назад и жестко, спинку.
Oh, yes.
Boy, did that move fast.
Oh, that could be
He's-
an up there.
If he hits all his lifts, or gets a lift in each one, his predicted total is already equal to his personal best total. And he's only just started. Paul Douglas, 372.5, has the gold medal.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in his bag already in the squats.
And this is just 2.5 kilo below the world
just shy
record.
of the world record, but a very, very
I-
smart move
I think
because
if he really mentally wants it, he could go for it. But you're
yeah,
right.
and these few kilos start to peg down the Ukrainian lifters.
He
Just
could
gets
need
him a
this
little
at the
bit
end.
closer, and he could need this extra couple of kilos at the end. You know,
So, yeah,
if
you're
other
right.
lifts
Good
are anything
call.
to go by, this one should be no problem.
Time. On your feet. Big air. One.
Oh, he put in a heck of a fight, but just couldn't quite get there. Huge effort. Still takes away the gold medal in the squats. Do not go anywhere.
It's gonna be exciting, I tell you.
It is heating up rapidly. The storms have rolled in outside. But I'll tell you what, it's hot in here. Get back here, 10 minutes time. We'll put these guys through the bench press. Welcome back to Dubai, United Arab Emirates for the 2019 IPF World Open Powerlifting Championships, and we are just about to kick off the bench press, and this is probably one of the most rule-filled parts of the whole lift, the deadlift. There are so many things an athlete has to think about when they're on the platform. I mean, all the lifts are technical, but there's just so many extra things in the bench press. So when you're out there on the bench, there are just, head's got to be flat, shoulders have to be on the bench, butt has to be on the bench, feet have to be flat on the floor. You've got to wait for a start command. You've got to wait for a press command. You've got to wait for a rack command. Fingers have to be in the right spot. Elbows have to be locked at the start. You don't get to start until the referees are happy and they give you a start command. You have to bring it down to a proper, evident touch to your chest. The bar has to continue in an upward motion. It doesn't have to be even. It can come to a stop, but it can't drop back down. Elbows have to be locked at the finish position. Then you have to wait for a rack command when you get it back to the top. You can't make contact with the bench that shows any form of assistance or support. So it can touch the bench. The body has to stay in contact. So your head, your butt, your shoulders, your feet have to be flat. There are so many things to think about when you're out there on that platform. And we are 20 seconds away from starting. And of course, I'm joined by none other than Ralph Ferguson from the EPF.
Welcome back.
It is going to be an absolutely fantastic session here.
It's going to be
The
a
squats
great bench.
were crazy.
Off the scale, and the bench was going to be no different.
And look, I think this whole session at the end is going to come down to that very last lift. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of changes in that last lift.
Yeah.
You've got 4 or 5 guys sitting there ready to pounce for those positions. And then under that, you've got a couple of other guys that are sitting there going, if you make a mistake, I'm coming through that door.
Yeah.
So right now,
I agree with you. Go down to the final deadlift to decide the world champion.
Everyone is going to have to be on the game. Yeah. Yu Chai Chang from Chinese Taipei, 105. So he's opening without a shirt. Could be using it as a last warm-up. We'll have to wait and see for his next lift. There are some of the guys that will hit that first lift with no equipment on, using it as a last warm-up sort of thing.
And then go back and put the shirt on. Yeah.
And it's an interesting tactic, because quite often, I mean, in the bench and equipped, it's quite often we see a lot of missed lifts. So it's a bit of a tactic to guarantee that total as well. Esteban Castro, 145 from Costa Rica. Because there are so many things that can go wrong on
like
the bench.
Like it just said, yes, there's so many things you can fail a lift on.
Yeah,
so you have to make sure everything is right. And again, you have to do this in training, not just at the competition.
That's right. It's a nice, easy touch. And that moved very well. That was a good opening lift.
Now, that bar needs to move in a straight line. Again, we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a better thing to ease it slightly backwards.
Yeah, that slight movement backwards.
If you look at that, that go up in a straight line.
Yeah, probably was a little bit straight side. Obviously, the weight there was very easy for him. He didn't have a lot of trouble.
As he get heavier.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if his technique changes a little bit as he adds. Laurenti Avram from Romania. Looks at 190.
Yeah, his personal best is 200, so we can see the bar nearly there. The lift is right on limit, I think. You could just see it on the inside. You can't go outside it.
Yep, get your 81 centimeter
81
markers.
centimeter, yeah.
It's a nice, quick press command.
2 to 1, a good lift for Avram at 190 kilos. Same weight remains on the bar for Mohammed Yusuf of Indonesia.
So Mohammed Yusuf from Indonesia.
Mohammed Yusuf, Indonesia.
Looking to take 190 for a ride. best lift of 200.
Yeah, so again, should be comfortable. 10
Did
kilo
it.
below.
Did a 195 back in 2017. The World Championships in Pilsen.
Start. Press. Run.
And the referees say 2 white lights. He's got 1 red there.
Yeah,
And a
it's
yellow
red
card
yellow.
for butt lifting, I'd say. Let's have a look.
That's what you would suggest.
Yeah, it's a bit hard
Yeah,
to tell.
I,
Looks
I
like it
can
might
see a
have
little
come
bit
under
from the one
contact.
side. But again, we talk about this. I can't quite understand why is it one referee not paid attention.
Yeah, look,
and
I
missed
guess
it.
it's probably another rule that they need to look at again, re-clarifying.
The rule said it should be daylight.
Yeah, you should be able to see all the way through.
Yeah.
Wataru Kabuyakawa from Japan, 200 kilograms. One under his personal best at 222 and a half. And squeezes that bar as tight as he can. Just trying to keep the line of the shirt there. You can see the shirt pulling him left and right. The lateral movements. Let's see what the referees say. He gets the 2 white lights. He does get 1 red.
Got a red and a yellow, red yellow. So one is the bar would stop, then stop at the chest.
And
Can't
he
see
did
from
struggle
here.
to really steady
He was
that bar on the
He was
chest.
literally flickering, wasn't it? Yeah.
You're going to have to watch that on the next one.
And the rules say it must be motionless. The
It
bar
has to
must
come
fit
to
and
a
stop.
complete stop. Nilesh Karate 202.5. And one of the things I train with my athletes is the quicker you can get that bar to stop, the quicker you're going to get your press command.
True.
Start. Press.
That's good.
And that was a very quick lift. Looked very good.
3 white lights in the middle lift at 202.5 kilos for Nilesh.
So he's go to 205 now for Emmerich Van Hee.
Van Hee, Belgium. Nikolai Iremi and Yujui Chen, get ready.
Yeah, squat well. 250 with 270.
Bars loaded, 205 kilos, Emmerich Van Hee, Belgium.
Walking out very calmly. Quick little instruction to the spotters of how he wants it.
Yeah, it's always a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's,
Talk
I think
to
it's one of the
spotters, let
number
them know.
one things you need to do as a bencher is tell them how you want that lift. There's nothing makes your lift more difficult than getting in a position that you're
And
not
the
used to.
outer line.
Yeah, and you're forced to use a lot of energy to get it where you want it.
25 seconds.
So 205, 7.5 shy of his personal best.
Start.
Gets that big breath. You see the shirt stretch across his chest there.
Easy,
And
slightly backwards.
Very good lift there. You can
Okay.
see he took the same path down and the same path up.
2 to 1 good lift at 205 for Van Hee of Belgium. Next weight.
Now we got a yellow from the center referee.
250 kilos.
Yeah, it could have been a head
Head
lift.
came off the bench, maybe.
It's something we can't see from this angle, but his head could have just shifted a little bit. Yeah, difficult to tell from there.
Yeah.
Bars loaded, 250
Andrei
kilos,
Nikolai
Andrei
Arimi from
Romania.
Romania. 250.
Yeah, good. He's got
Just
an
to give you
opening.
an
He's got PB
idea.
at 270. So
Give you an idea of how strong this 83 kilo class is. The world record is 292 and a half.
yeah.
Looking down the barrel of 250. Got a replacement.
Yeah, go rack.
Big Mike's just standing up telling him what the problem is.
The rules state after 5 seconds, if the lift is not in the correct position,
Yep,
They must
replacement.
call it, and then he must explain. They should explain why.
He's got an interesting foot position, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Really off-centered.
struggling. 5-3.
Gets it back to the top. And he gets the 3 white lights. The replacement command didn't stress him out too much. We come around to the second lifts now with Yu Jai Cheng.
He's got up 10. Does that mean that he still hasn't put his shirt on?
I
Is
would
he gonna lift
imagine
raw?
so. I mean, it could even be that he's carrying a little bit of an injury.
His personal best is 170.
Yeah, look, I'm going to imagine that he may be carrying a little bit of an injury.
And
just
decide
needs
to just lift without the
Yeah,
shirt.
just needs to put some numbers on the board.
Yeah, I don't think he has a shirt on, yeah. Now, he's lifting raw.
Well, if I remember rightly, Jen Thompson competed in the equipped bench in Japan, raw, and won.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't quote me on that. I can't quite remember. I know she
Okay.
competed raw.
Very easy.
Just trying to have a look at how he's lifting and how he's walking off to see if we can pick up any injuries as to why he might be competing at such a lower weight in raw. But he's putting the numbers on the board. He's doing his job.
Yes.
Esteban Castro, 152.5.
This is 7.5 kilo below.
Barloaded,
His personal
1.2.5 kilos, Esteban Castro, Costa Rica.
And fantastic angle there to see just how tight those shirts are through the shoulders, the biceps, and across the chest. And he has the balance set very well on that. Didn't have to overwork it to get it down to the chest.
Yeah.
He's still got plenty of power off the chest.
Esteban at 152.5 kilos, next weight off the bar is 107.5 kilos.
Through.
Just quick question. Don't you notice a lot on yesterday the female ladies that was doing on the high arch? The men don't seem to be going.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
mean,
flexibility
Some of it's flexibility,
Yeah.
and some of it's personal preference. I mean, the one thing I always talk with athletes, because they always talk about trying to develop their arch and get a bigger arch. A bigger arch will reduce your range of motion,
Right.
but the arch really is about getting that whole system tight. So it doesn't necessarily matter if you've got a big arch or a small arch, as long as that system is tight all the way through and it limits the movement when you start to drive through your legs.
Makes sense.
And a tight system will deliver and transfer the power from your feet all the way
All the
through
way
up to the
body.
bar.
Which you talked about yesterday. It's not just the chest, arms.
Yeah, full body lift. Laurenti Avram, 197.5. You can see there.
Oh, yeah, I gotta say it came back down slightly.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough for him in that one, but you can see that the body wasn't shifting or moving, so all that power is transferring.
Next weight on the bar is 200 kilos. Muhammad Yusuf, Indonesia.
He followed a good path down.
Is loaded. 200 kilos, Muhammad Yusuf.
Speed off the chest was a little bit slow, and you can see he's lifted the butt.
So
And as
far
soon
up.
as the butt comes off the bench, you end up losing all that power anyway.
Absolutely.
Muhammad Yusuf from Indonesia, 200 kilograms.
This equal his personal best.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
being
so
instructed
just
on
to
his
get
grip there. We noticed his grip on the last one where his fingers are just
Very close.
tipping. And just couldn't get the power off the chest there. 3 red lights.
200 kilos, 07.5 is the next weight on the bar for Wataru Kobayakawa. Manhi and Garati, get ready.
Comes down. You can see his lifting off
Yeah,
the bench there
off
and
the-
losing
oh,
all
yes,
that
gone,
power.
yeah.
Bar loaded, 207.5
Watari
kilos.
Kabuyakawa from Japan, 207.5.
Yeah. He opened up with 200, which was comfortable. He's now gone 7.5 kilo increased.
It's a great view of his setup there.
Yeah. I mean, Viva TV, they really produce some great pictures, don't they?
It's been fantastic. Of course, Japan, look, I mean, we know Japan has a history of bench press, some great champion bench presses from Japan. Any replacement
Again,
command?
I think the hands was slightly out.
15 seconds.
I think on the left side.
Just
I think.
further out
Yeah.
than the rings there.
It's got 6 seconds now, it's gone.
And he's out of time.
Not this time, time out.
And he's decided there's not enough time to reset. He's going to use too much energy. He'll need to get that sorted out before his next one. Emmerich Van Hee then from Belgium, 212 and a half.
Yeah, open with 205.
Jumping up to a personal best.
Yeah, personal best.
Getting right up, getting those shoulders underneath. Plenty of experience in his corner there.
He's got the same name. Is his brother, maybe?
Gets it to the shirt.
Over the shoulders.
And
it's working.
Kenny
Lock the
locked the right
elbow.
side. There it is.
Should be a good
And that
lift.
should be good. Let's wait and see. It is. He had to put in the work for that one. But it was equal to his personal best. Nilesh Karate from India, 215.
15 kilos, Nilesh Karate. India.
So 10 kilos shy of his personal best. Just having a bit of trouble getting it where he wants it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, look, it just didn't seem to have too much trouble getting to his chest. As he came off, the shirt just took control.
All the way up to 265. 265 for Andre Irimi of Romania.
The shirt just took control there.
Is it a shirt problem there?
Yeah, I mean, it's not actually a shirt problem. I think it's just sort of the power off the chest might have caught him off guard a little bit. And if it's ahead of you and you've got to chase it,
Right.
it wants the shirt wants to
Going
go
one
back.
way and you want to go another.
And part of that power that you're getting from the shirt is you're controlling its direction.
You're in charge.
So it wants to go back, but you can use that energy to push it up. Andrei Nicolai Arimi from Romania, 265 kilograms. Absolutely massive.
Yeah. Did a very good 250.
Gets a touch.
Working it. Lock the arms.
Wow, that is some
I think it's got that, Gary.
impressive strength there.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, two
Got one
red lights.
One red and one red yellow.
So the yellow
So
for
this-
lifting,
The buttocks.
and I think the coach is going to go to the jury.
Yeah, I would.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to get any joy though.
Now, because they both come off the bench a little bit.
Bars loaded, 125 kilos, Yu Cheng.
Yu
Chinese Taipei.
Cheng for his third lift at 125. So let's take a close look at his setup and his bench and just see if he's lifting
see a
raw
problem.
for a reason.
For a reason. Yeah, you think so, because why would he come to a world championship and then a quick championship and lift raw
Yeah,
bench?
so let's see if we
Unless
can
you
get
got an injury of some sort.
and might be able to see on the replay on that one.
155 next weight on the bar. Esteban Castro, Costa Rica. Avram and Yusuf, get ready.
His movements certainly don't look like he's carrying an injury. It could just be a thing that he's still got a lot of work to do in a shirt.
With it maybe a shoulder problem?
Yeah, it could
tend to
quite
have
be.
a lot of problem with the shoulders.
Yeah,
So it
so
could be, yeah. We don't know. Suspect
we'll
that.
see if we can find it a bit
Okay.
later. Esteban Castro, Costa Rica, 155.
Start! Control, control. Press!
Yeah, you can see it's just a little bit slow off the chest there. And it came down, I mean, it came down to his chest very easily. Wasn't a lot of resistance through the shirt.
Is it like elastic band? Is it similar?
Well, in a sense,
tension.
it doesn't really stretch, but it's the, it's
Yeah,
the
it's that
potential
tension.
energy.
Yeah.
So you're building up that potential energy, and then you've got to transfer that into kinetic energy. So 197.5 for Avram from Romania, missed it on his second. You can see those 81 centimeter markers there.
And again, it cannot go outside it. It must be
That's
inside
as far
it,
as
yeah.
you can go.
Yeah.
So as far out as you can go, as your pointer finger has to be covering that
Yeah.
ring.
Start! Press!
And
through.
I think his butt might lift off there.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
From here, you can see his hips, and he lost all that power. And you can see he's got 3 reds with yellows.
Next weight on the bar.
Oh, yes, big time.
So for everyone sitting at home that's new to powerlifting, when the butt lifts off, generally what that means is the power that you're pushing through your legs is pushing your hips up instead of
rather than
pushing things
transfer it
back
to the
into the
body.
bar. And it's a bit of a natural instinct to lift your hips up when you get into trouble, but you're actually losing power. Muhammad Yusuf from Indonesia, 200 kilograms. It's a big double ton.
Missed this on his second.
Start!
Let's see if we can correct that on this one.
Press!
Just lost it again.
And
Right in the
look,
middle.
I don't think he has a major issue with strength in these numbers. I think it's really just some technique issues.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I note on that one that his elbows are sticking right out at the bottom.
And I've noticed the elbow's going backwards as well.
Yeah, so he's losing a lot of opportunity there. But look, as we said earlier, the bench press, one of the most technical
It is.
lifts of all of them.
And you
There's
got to
so
spend
much
a
to
lot
remember.
of time to develop it.
Yeah, you can practice it in the gym. The second you walk out there, you forget everything.
Sure.
Wataru Kabiyakawa from Japan, 207.5. Again, missing this on his second. Can he put it all together on his third and get a couple of extra kilos?
Start!
Works it down.
Press!
Good speed, but just couldn't stay in control.
Unfortunately, no lift at 207.5 kilos for Wataru Kabiyakawa. Next weight on the bar, 215 kilos, Nilesh Karate.
You could see on the way down there that shirt was pulling him left and right, the lateral pull there. And as he got plenty of speed off the chest,
No more changes.
and then it just
Just
sort
a
of
drift.
the overweight, overbalance.
Of India.
Nilesh Karate of India, 215.
He failed this on his second.
Yeah, he had a lot of problems with getting the bar in the position he wanted. This time when he came out, he gave some quick instructions to the spotters.
Just
So
to explain.
it could make all the difference.
Can do.
And gets it to the chest nicely. And I think he's going to get it. It doesn't have to be even. It just has to go up.
At the end.
Has he got the white lights?
Yes, he has.
Gets it on the board, and I think I saw him smile for the first time in this competition.
The Emmerich Van Heet, Belgium. Irami and Kwan, get ready. Bar is loaded.
Emmerich Van Heet, 217 and a half.
Good series. Opened at 205, went 212. Now it's gone 5 kilo increase.
Nice to
on his
see
third.
3 from 3 on bench here.
Like you said yesterday, Gary, it's just this is to build the total up. You can't gain a lot of.
That's right, and
yeah.
you're exactly right. I mean, bench is not somewhere you're going to make up 20,
Big.
30 kilos ground on someone that you're trying to chase down. This is where you add the bits that you can, so at the end, you've got that 10 kilos that you managed to get in the
5 kilo,
bench.
whatever it is, yeah.
And those 5 or 10 could be the ones that make the difference. And there's nothing more heartbreaking than losing by 2.5 kilos because you missed your second and third bench.
He's fighting it.
And I think he's going to get the lock.
As he lock the arms.
Let's
Let's look.
that right elbow locked.
No.
No,
He said
he
no.
gets lifting off the butt. Didn't block out.
Uneven extensions, all sorts.
Got a couple of little problems
All
there.
different colors coming up.
Kwan and Kasinathan. This is 265 for Nikolai Irami. Andrei Irami, sorry, of Romania.
Andre Nikolai Rimi, Romania, 265.
Yeah, he just missed this. Got 250 on his opener, which was good.
Bar is loaded. 265 kilos. Andrei
Yeah, I think
Irami,
with this one,
Romania.
they would have gone at the back, made a few little adjustments. And just got that balance right. And sometimes on that second lift, it's a case of finding the right balance.
Yeah.
And using the missed lift to actually
Gotcha.
find the way you want it to get it
Yeah.
to work. And sometimes athletes will come off the bench and say exactly to their coach, you know,
Exactly
the
what's
shirt
go-
wasn't tight enough, the
Yeah,
sleeves
this
felt
could have been-
loose, the chest moved up. And they know exactly what went wrong to fix it. And that's the experience. Needs to keep those hips down.
Slope the
And he has
chest.
got some super
But he locked it
strength.
out.
Did he keep everything in contact with the bench?
Oh, no.
Oh, disappointing. 2 red lights. You see the replay here. We've got white for butt lifting.
Yisin Kwan, Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
butt lifts there.
Definitely.
Kasinathan will follow and Kanye
Disappointing,
Simon
but he has
Kanye
got
will
some
follow.
super upper body strength.
Yeah.
So now we move into the second flight, and the lifts just keep
Bar is
getting
loaded,
bigger.
105 kilos,
Some
Yisin Kwan,
huge
Chinese
nominations. We've got a
Taipei.
280 opening nomination from Russia.
The world record is 292.5. Could that go?
If the 280 is clean,
Yeah, you'll think.
we'll see it happen.
You'll think, yeah.
Yi Sin Kwan, Chinese Taipei, 105. You know, we talk about the world record. We've got a 280 nomination from Russia. They're in a position to be challenging for the medal positions.
Yep.
Will they risk a medal position?
For the
Their
record.
game plans have been very good this week so far.
That's a good opener.
Two white lights and a good lift.
Yeah, so another one lifting
Chinese
without a shirt.
Taipei. Next weight on the bar, 110 kilos. Tiagaraj Kasinathan, India. Carniel and Douglas, get ready. Bar is loaded. 110 kilos. Tiagaraj
Kasinathan from India, 110.
Unfortunately, didn't matter.
Yeah, look, he hasn't had a great day.
So we're just going to enjoy it the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
just having a look at his nominated deadlift. And he might be making the decision going, well, I can't get a
Maybe I
total.
got a medal on the deadlift.
Perhaps
maybe?
I can challenge for a medal in the deadlift.
Oh,
So his aim will be to conserve as much energy as he can here.
2 to 1, a good lift at 110 kilos.
He gets that one on the board.
212.5 is the next weight on the bar. Simone
We
Cardiel,
go
Italy.
to
Paul Douglas
212.5
and
now
Anthony
for
Daniel.
Simone Carniel.
now he's opening 2.5 kilo above his
Above his
personal.
personal best.
Bars loaded.
It's always such a big call, isn't it?
Simone Cardiel, Italy.
He's age 29. He's been competing for 8 years.
So he did a 205 in the European Championships this year in April.
Facile, tutto normale. Aspetta i comandi. Spalle sotto in discesa. Tuo, 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 tuo.
Oh, and you
Oh.
could see that
Just
shirt was
slow,
just shifting him.
Shift him, pull him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is
and
no lift.
we might get a chance to look at the replay. Be interested to see where his elbows were as it was pulling him back.
Right.
If his elbows start to come out, it's very
We haven't got it,
difficult to.
unfortunately.
Kim Reno, roll back, get ready.
Yeah, because
I
you
just
could see
jinxed the replay.
Okay.
Bar is loaded. 270.
Yeah, but I did notice it's pulling it down.
Yeah.
And then what
And it
happened?
starts
The
to-
elbow.
Well, that's when the shirt starts to decide, well, it wants to go this way. And the way to build that potential energy is to stop the shirt from going where it wants to go. So you allow it to pull across the chest. And it's quite a difficult thing to do.
Yeah,
It takes
yeah.
a very long time to master. These
Very
guys are
interesting.
amazing at what they do.
Very interesting.
Paul Douglas, 217 and a half, took the gold medal in the squat.
35 seconds.
He's just below his personal best, which is 222.5.
His squat was phenomenal.
He was, wasn't it? 367.5.
So it
Knocked it
moved
out.
pretty fast. Got a little bit of a stagger in the
No, he's
middle,
got
but it
it.
didn't drop, so that's a good lift.
217.5 kilos.
So he jumped to
240 is the
240
next
now.
weight on the bar. For Andriy Naniev,
And
Ukraine.
Kassan
Kim Reno,
Nathan from
Rhino,
India has
roll
scratched
back,
his second and his third. They thought he might. And he's just going to focus on that deadlift.
240 kilos, Andriy Naniev.
Yeah,
On-
because he has to do a bench press to be able to do a deadlift.
Yeah, so he can't scratch.
No.
Andrei Naniev from the Ukraine, 240.
This will give him
45 seconds.
bronze medal for the moment. Sorry, silver medal for the moment.
So his aim here is to try and get all three lifts on the board. Not do anything
Which is
silly.
silly.
'Cause he's in a
Get-
position.
To attack.
Yeah, he's
the
in a
deadlift.
position where if everything goes his way, he can really push his way up that ranking.
It's a
And
bit tight for up now. but
he
it's- I
got
think
through
he's got it.
that sticking spot.
And it's got one red.
So he's got the two whites, and that's enough. A bit of a sticking point halfway that really sort of slowed him down.
Of Norway, Shaibikov, Baranik.
Oh, he's lucky there. He's very, very lucky.
Kim Rhino Rolvag of Norway.
Kim Rhino Rolvag from Norway.
Yeah, he's a big bencher, Kim.
He's got his energy levels up. Thrown down some bananas, a bag of fizzy yogurt, and here he comes.
This will put him into the gold medal in the bench press and his opener. But there's quite a few lifters to come yet. So that could change.
25 seconds.
Great competitor, great lifter. And apparently a great dancer.
Yes, I can vote for that.
Well, he can add great benching to his resume as well, because he gets the
Got
two
a
white
red.
lights.
250 kilos. Next weight on the bar is 260. Shybikov.
I always say to my athletes, you only need 2 of those lights.
Bar is loaded. Baranek and Vasyukov. get
Vladislav
ready.
Shcherbakov from Russia, 260.
This will put him into the gold medal position in the bench
He's
for
10
the moment.
kilos under his personal best.
Yeah.
They've got that shirt.
So should be a
And you can
confident
see how
movement.
far they've pulled the
They
chest
put it
plate
right
down,
down.
on this shirt. Gonna try and get as much out of it as can.
Now there's different type of a shirt. Is it depend on what shirt where you need to have it?
Yeah,
It's not
absolutely.
both.
I mean, there's the technology in the shirts is absolutely
yeah,
phenomenal
yeah,
now.
we know.
And they're making shirts for, you know, arch lifters, flat lifters, lots of different designs in the way they pull across the chest and around the sleeves.
Look at that. It's really struggling to bring it down.
But they found the
Yeah.
balance well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
It was tough to get it down, but it flew off his chest.
There's a good lift at 260 kilos for Vladislav. Next weight on the bar
Yeah,
is
and then you have your
265.
athletes that are particular to
This is
one
for
type of
Mykola
shirt as
Baranek,
well.
Ukraine.
But yeah, there's a lot of different
Vasyukov
designs
and Kwan,
now
get ready.
to suit different styles of lifting and different physiology. Mykola Baranek.
You see the katana was the most popular one. Is that
Yeah,
since
I
time?
think Katana's taken a lot of popularity
Yeah.
of recent years. 265 for Mykola Baranek from the Ukraine.
This will put him into the gold medal position in the bench for the moment. He squatted well with 365. Was he in bronze medal? I think that was he was in bronze
So you
medal.
got the silver medal at 365.
Давай на стоечку чуть-чуть.
Now, he needs to play a really smart bench as
Yes,
well.
he need to get
To
3.
make sure he
drums
doesn't
and
open
bench
that
it.
door for everyone.
Слушай, пригрелся. Старт. Встречай наверх. Пошел.
Oh yes, like the elbow.
Well, that looked
looks
like
good.
a lovely warm-up.
Oh, it certainly did.
Three white lights for the lift at 265 for Baranek. 280 is the next weight on the bar. 280 for Evgeny Vasyukov of Russia.
So we move to a monstrous 280 kilograms for Yevgeny Vasyukov from Russia.
I can tell you this is only 12.5 kilo below the world bench press record.
Which happens to belong to Yevgeny.
I suspect it may
Vasyukov.
well be. Because he also holds the junior world record, which is exactly
he
the same.
is an absolutely phenomenal lifter. Two very senior coaches looking
Yes.
on.
Very knowledgeable.
Старт. Тяни. Раз.
Has to work to the middle, but I think that was. Got
Gets the
one,
white
got
lights.
one blue.
And I stand,
He was
cor-
locked out.
I stand corrected.
Locked
He
down.
doesn't own the world record actually. The world record. He owns the national Russian record. I believe the bench world record belongs to Kostanen from the Ukraine
Okay.
at 292 and a
No,
half.
well,
Bars loaded, 120 kilos. Yisin Kwan,
Which was
Chinese.
set in South Africa
Taipei.
last year. So 120 on the bar for Yi Sin Kwan, Chinese Taipei, for his second attempt.
yes, lifting without a bench shirt. So lifting as a raw lifter.
Yeah,
Bench
look,
one.
again, a number of reasons. I mean, it could be injury, it could be energy conservation and focusing on deadlifts, knowing that you're not in a position to challenge
yeah,
for an
to the front
overall
medal.
medal.
Yeah.
Three white lights and a good lift at 120 kilos for Yisin Kwan, Chinese Taipei. Next weight on the bar, 212.5 kilos. Simone Carniel,
So
Italy.
we moved to 212.5 for Simone Carniel, who missed this on his
Yeah.
opening lift.
I mean, this is a personal best.
Followed it, 212.5
Yeah,
PB is
opening on a
210.
personal best, tough call.
And we always say this is a bit dangerous call, isn't it?
Well, you're moving into uncharted territory. And sure, you've practiced it in the gym and trained for it in the gym, but have you done it on a platform? With cameras and referees and spotlights and juries and commentators and announcers.
12.5 kilos, Simone Carniel of Italy.
And looks a few adjustments on the shirt there by the look of it.
Dai che la facciamo, forza! Fila bene le spalle sotto. Dai che è tuo.
Start.
Dai, tieni che è tuo, tienilo, 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 tienilo. Dai, 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 dai.
That looks better.
That looked a lot better. And it is 3 white lights.
Carniel at 212.5 kilos. Next weight
Gets it
the
on the
bar,
board.
252.5 kilos.
Takes a bit of pressure off.
USA. Nadia Rolvad, get ready.
Paul Douglas, 222 and a half. So just a 5 kilo jump, which I think is really smart.
Yes.
222.5 kilos, New Douglas,
He
USA.
needs, through the bench, he needs to be playing the smart game.
Yeah.
He knows
He's
he's
not.
not.
It's among the big benches.
Yeah, look, he knows he's not going to challenge these top 3 for a medal in the bench. So let's not do anything silly. But if I can add 5 kilos on my second, I can add 5 kilos on my third, that's 10 kilos on my total. If
Correct.
these guys try and battle for the big benches and miss their
Miss.
lifts, I'm 10 kilos closer all of a sudden.
Makes sense of it.
Start.
Having to work hard, but he gets it to the top. And that's a good lift.
222.5 kilos for New Douglas, USA. 250. Next weight on the bar, Andrei Naniev. Ukraine.
Andrei
Rolvad and Shaikov,
Naniev
get ready.
from the Ukraine now, 250.
Bars loaded, 250 kilos, Andrei Naniev.
There's plenty of room for him to move under
Yeah,
his personal best
272
there.
and a half is his personal best. So
His opener at 240 looked very good.
so again, you could also do it again. Make sure you got three
Yeah,
bench press
just
in.
playing,
Yeah.
looking at the big picture, looking at the end.
The end product. Yeah.
You look at the numbers, you look at the predicted totals, you look at who you're up against, you say, okay, I'm in with a chance of getting on the podium with the overall total. What do I need to do right to get on there?
Start.
Speed is good.
Lock the arm, lock the elbow. Looks good.
Gets it to the top, looks very good.
No.
Unfortunately,
I
his
suspect the
butt may
buttocks
have
came off
lifted
the
off
bench.
there.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Next weight on the bar,
Looks like it was starting to shift even before he got to the bottom. There it is. Unfortunately, lifted there. I think he can correct that quite easily for his third, though.
When you say karaoke quite easy, what did you move his feet slightly wider?
Yeah, look, and it could just be a cue that he needs just
Yeah.
to be reminded to
Yeah.
keep that
To keep
pelvis
that up.
tilted. Kim Rhino Rovag from Norway.
Open with a very good 250. And this 260 will put him into the bronze medal for the moment in the bench press.
30 seconds.
And this equaled his personal best.
Not a bad second lift.
Nah.
Start.
Working it through. He's
Well,
locked it.
for an equal personal best, he made it look pretty easy.
Yes,
He gets
well
the
done.
3 white lights.
Rhino roll bar at 260 kilos. Next weight on the bar is 267.5 kilos. Vladislav Shayekov.
And these numbers
Russia.
keep getting bigger. 267 and a half. And Vasikov, as we expected, would go for a world record. He put a 293 in on his second.
Yes. This will give him, put into the silver medal for the moment.
267.5, just a feather under his personal best of 270. Just 24 years of age in open equipped.
Yeah,
Imagine
shows
what
all the
he's going to be
juniors.
lifting the next 6 or 7 years. The more and more experience he gets.
30 seconds.
2,675.
That's easy.
Looked very easy for a 267 and a half, didn't it? 3 white lights. I think he's finished warming up now. We can maybe put some weight on the bar. We load to 272 and a half. Mikola Baranik from the Ukraine.
Yeah, he's benching well as well. He opened at 265, and now he's going another 7.5 kilo. And this would put him into the silver medal in the bench press for the moment. And this also will equal his personal best.
Хорошо, встань на лопату. Лопаточки забери. Все, да. Оп. Оп. Прикрыл. Жестко держи. Стой! Трещай на животик. Тяни, тяни. Раз.
Bounced around a bit there. Not sure if he got away with it.
No, he's not locking it anyway. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
just
right.
can't lock it out there.
That wasn't stationary, was it?
Yeah, and I think he's got a couple of lights for that one as well. You can see the card colours there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the record currently
293 for a world record. Yevgeny Vashikov. Now he has hit 292 and a half before, but for it to be a world record, it has to be done at a world or international event.
Yep, correct.
So he has to hit 293 to beat the world record.
And he's giving himself two opportunities, two
Yeah,
chances.
it's an interesting tactic. And there's 2 reasons for it. One, he's really confident in 293. I'm going to smoke this and then go even more. Or the second reason is not 100% confident. I want to give myself 2 attempts in case I get it wrong on the first one.
Here we go.
But knowing Vasikov, I
He's
imagine
gonna
he's
give it
pretty confident,
everything, yeah.
and he actually wants more than 293.
Yep.
And coach has said, no, sorry, 293 for the first
Take
attempt
it.
at the world
Go
record.
for it. Yeah, and then if it's good, then we can go maybe another.
He is one incredible bencher.
Certainly is.
Weighed in at just 82.6 kilos and now lifting 293.
Стой! Тяни! 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 Раз!
No.
And just sort of
Just
couldn't
limit.
quite get the speed into the transition area there.
Now, what does he need to do there, you think, to really?
Well,
'cause
it's a
he
tough
was
one. Let's have a
almost
look at
there.
the replay. I mean, he had pretty good movement off the chest. Yeah, look, I think they need to tighten the sleeves just a little bit.
So
I think the chest
adjustment.
panel's tight enough. I think tighten the sleeves
Okay.
just a bit, just to get an extra centimetre or 2 of that speed off the chest. He had good speed off the chest, but it didn't go far. I mean, he'd get a bit more speed that'll run for another centimetre and a half, maybe 2 centimetres. That's going to get him into that transition point for the
Really need
triceps.
to
He's
get
going to get
through
that
it.
lockout easily.
Uguale a prima.
Simone Carniel from Italy, 220. Missed his opener, got it on the second.
big personal best.
Yeah, 10 kilos.
He's opening his above his personal best.
Stacca facile. Uguale. Giù le spalle bene. Tienilo, 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 tienilo che è tuo, tienilo. Dai, 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 dietro.
And I think he would have got red carded for his head lifting off anyway there. And he did. So unfortunately 220 just proved to be a little bit too tough today.
20 kilos. The next weight on the bar is 225 kilos for Newt Douglas. Nadia and Rolvard, get ready.
And yeah, it was lifting all over the place.
225 kilos.
So all the power was going everywhere except the bar. So
Yeah.
Paul Douglas, 225.
He's only gone up 2.5 kilos. So again, you're quite right. He's just going to pick those poundage and
Yeah,
get
and
three.
this is a
good
nice little
benches.
personal best for him as well.
Yeah, that's right. 222.5 is his PB.
Yeah, I mean, he is looking at the overall picture. He's
Yes.
looked at the numbers. He knows who he's
Yes.
up against. He knows I'm not going to get a gold medal in the bench press. I'm up against some of the best benches on the planet. But I can put some pressure on them, get me into the podium at the end. Lock that left
Locked it
elbow,
up,
just
not
couldn't quite
quite.
do it. I think we might. So he's got 3 red lights. He's indicating to the his coach there that he felt like they took the bar too early. But I think we'll find it's already.
Yeah, it was
butt's
actually
already
big
lifted off.
move, and
It's already dipped down.
It was going anyway.
The spotter's made the right call. The referee's made the right call. Andrei Nadiev from the Ukraine, 250 kilos,
Kilo.
having missed it on his second.
And 250, and this will keep him in 6th place in the bench press.
In this field, that is impressive.
250
And you're
kilo.
lifting 250 and you can't medal, you know it's
You're
a
not
tough
in
field.
the top 4.
I know these guys make it look easy, but even just holding 250
arms.
kilos.
The elbow, lock it out.
Gets it to the top.
Oh,
And-
he hurt himself?
Yeah,
He may have hurt himself.
possibly just a little bit of a twinge. Yeah, quite possibly a pinch from the shirt as well. The shirt is absolutely brutal into that corner of the shoulder. It could well be that the shirt is
Yeah,
really
it looks, he
pinched
just
up.
hold on to his shoulder there. So
We'll keep an eye on that, and
Yeah.
I'm sure he is okay. He's in great
hope
hands
he's-
with the
yeah, let's
his
hope he hasn't
coaches
hurt
there.
himself. Yeah.
Kim
Oh, big
Rhino,
personal best, Kim.
267.5.
His PB was 260. He's gone up 7.5 kilo, and this will put him into the silver medal and the bench press.
Kim, the dancing rhino.
Control it.
Great touch. Got a really nice touch there.
I tell you, he's driving it.
Can he lock
Has he
it?
locked it?
Just
Oh,
can't get
so
that
close.
left-hand side to lock.
So close.
Yeah, just couldn't push it all the way through. You can see he was a bit annoyed at himself there. Knew what he did wrong and knows if he had another shot he could get that. Mikola Baranek, 272.5. Missed it on his second, and it's an important lift there because Douglas is breathing down everyone's
Right
neck.
neck, yeah.
And a missed lift costs you a few kilos. And in this case, for Baranek, you know, we're talking about 12.5 kilos. If he misses this, that's 12.5 kilos.
lost.
That's not going on his total.
And this is his personal best.
And it just closes the gap a little bit.
Should put him into a silver medal in the bench press. He's successful. That's better.
That was a lot faster off the chest.
Yes,
good
he's
lift.
got it.
2-1 for Baranek at 272.5 kilos, 275.
Gets that
Next
chest
weight
up
on
to the
bar.
bar as high as he
This is
can.
for Vladislav Shaybekov of Russia. Vasyukov will follow.
And he gets that one on the board.
Bars loaded, 275 kilos.
Vladislav Shaybekov from
of
Russia, 275. And
Yeah.
an important lift because we've seen a couple of misses here and there. This one
But
gets him a bit more on that total.
he picked them well. He's gone 260, then he went 267.5. Now he's got another 7.5
7.5
kilo.
there, so it's yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah.
a very good pick.
And that will put him into the silver medal.
That looked better. That was a very good
Yes.
lift at 275.
And
Gets
he's
the
got
white
it.
lights. Nice
Silver
personal
medal.
best and a few extra kilos on that total could make all the difference at the end. Right now, 293 is going on the bar. Yevgeny Vasyukov from Russia. He wants that world record. He's 34
Yep.
years old, 19 years experience. He has hit 292 and a half in the past and not that long ago.
And the last one, it's just that
Yeah,
final
look,
push at
I
the
think
end.
he just needs to get a little bit more speed distance off the chest. He got good speed off the chest, but it wasn't for very long. If he can get a little bit more out of that.
And again, by maybe adjusting the shirt
Yeah,
a
just
little
a few
bit or
little
something.
adjustments.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, and it's a tight balance. I mean, you don't want to make too big an adjustment, then all
Yeah.
of a sudden you got to work so
Overdo it.
hard and it's all over the place, and controlling the shirt becomes impossible.
World record attempt.
293 kilograms. If you can hold 293, you're doing well.
No.
It looked better, but it just wasn't going to happen.
Look a bit
You
too
know,
much of that.
so probably not the best decision to make to go for that record in the second.
He could left himself wide open a little bit. Yeah.
So he
Back
could have
door
left
open.
himself a couple extra kilo. But I'll tell you what, it is heating up
It
in here
certainly
in
is
the
that.
83s. Do not go away in
Please
10
come
minutes
back.
time. We're going to be right back here to watch these guys battle it out on the deadlift.
Desert Barbell, Titan, Sweet Spot, and of course Generation Strong. And we will be back.
Welcome back to Dubai for the 2019 IPF World Open Powerlifting Championships. It is an absolutely smoking hot competition here for the 83s. It's pouring down rain outside, but right in here, the fires are starting and we're about to kick off in the deadlift. And this is probably the least technical lift in regard to rules and things you can fail on. There's a lot less for the athletes to have to think about on the deadlift. In all the other lifts there are a lot of things, but one thing in particular, you've got to wait for a start command on all the other lifts. In a deadlift, you don't need to be waiting for that start command. You can lift when you're ready, so that 1 minute comes in very useful. One thing you do have to watch is up and down movement. The bar has to be moving upward all the time. You cannot support it on your thighs, or in some other terms, hitch the bar up. At the top position, you have to have the shoulders back locked, knees have to be locked, hips have to be locked, and then you have to wait for the down command, so wait for the referee to say you can now replace the bar. So a few less things for athletes to have to worry about in this lift, so they tend to find it a little bit more exciting and enjoyable for them. They don't have to wait for that command to start. We are just 39 seconds away from starting off this, what has been an amazing session so far. And this incredible competition and incredible venue brought to you by Uplift, one of the major sponsors of the IPF, and of course the premier online coaching platform, bringing coaches and athletes from around the world together. Alico, who have supported this sport and many other sports for many, many years and stood behind the IPF for a very long time. And they're not just a great sponsor, they make absolutely fantastic equipment. If you've never lifted on a Alico, find a gym that's got a Alico and lift on it, and you will notice the difference, particularly when you wrap your hands around one of those Alico bars. And of course, SBD, the greatest lifting equipment on the planet. We all use their products, not because they're a sponsor, but because they are just that fantastic. And I just happen to have in my collection Joe Whiteley's championship SBD belt. So I should be a natural winner with that one.
Should be.
And of course, Ralph Farquharson joining us back here again to take us through this final session this morning.
It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal session.
The fireworks are going to kick off here. But right now, Esteban Castro looking for 220 on the bar. Yeah, it's going to come down to that last lift.
Yep, I think it's take a last lift to decide here.
Yeah, look, these guys need to get these first lifts on the board. Then they can start looking at where they can go. They've got to solidify that total first.
Yep, correct.
So 220 on the bar for Esteban.
Now we don't have the time. We need to have the clock also.
Just waiting for the system to reset and the clock to come up. And you can see Esteban waiting in the corner there.
Okay.
Ready to go.
The bar is loaded at 180 kilos for Andrei Irimi, Romania.
We've got the wrong
lifter.
We've got the wrong lifter on the boards.
On the board. Is it the right lift for the platform?
Who's the lifter?
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a technical issue.
Yep.
Who's the lifter?
Yeah, this is 180 kilos. We have 25 seconds on the clock.
This is not 180.
This is
Right, so we've got a misload, we've got an incorrect board. We'll get these technical issues sorted out. Will not take long at all.
Only 1 second, folks. Bar is not yet loaded.
So we'll just take the lifter off the platform, restart the clock.
Yeah, it should be one.
And
should be 180.
now we're back in order. We've got the right boards now. We've got Andrei Irimi from Romania. And it should be 180.
Weight on the bar is 180 kilos.
And they've got all that sorted out now. Center referee
The bar is loaded.
on the case.
180 kilos.
And now we've got the right
Andrei
lifter
Irimi, Romania.
and the right weight. And a nice, easy opening lift. well under his personal best at 240. So a nice conservative lift to solidify that total.
What want to see that every lifter come out and if his first attempt,
Yeah, I want to see them being
Green
a
light
little bit
all the way through.
conservative
Yeah.
and make sure
Yep.
you get that total on the board.
important, yeah.
You've done all this work so
Bars
far.
loaded, 200 kilos.
This is not where you want it to fall down.
Romania.
Laurenti Avram from Romania, 200 kilograms.
Yep.
And that
Good
looks
opener.
like a very good lift. And again, well under his personal best.
White lights and a good lift at 200 kilos for Avram, Romania. Please load the bar to 220 kilos. Esteban Castro.
Now we
Costa
have
Rica.
Esteban Castro at 220. And I mean, technical errors happen every now and then, and this is something athletes have to learn to
Of
deal
course,
with as
you
well.
have to deal with it, yeah, of course.
You know, you're at a very big sporting event. You have to learn to deal with some of the things that don't always go your way.
Conventional lifting.
Conventional, yes, we've seen a
We've got
conventional
one this
lift.
week so far. Yes, very good.
And he does it very well too.
235 is the next weight on the bar for Emmerich van Hee, Belgium.
There's no problems with that one.
Koyakawa, get ready.
Emmerich van Hee from Belgium, 235.
Bars loaded, 235 kilos, Emmerich van Hee, Belgium.
Just 20 kilo below his personal best, so should be a very comfortable opener for him.
And this is where we start to see more conventional lifts, and as the weight classes get bigger,
Bigger.
the men get a bit taller,
Yeah, again,
longer limbs.
another one.
So taking his time, and you can do that because you don't need to wait for a start command.
Should be good.
Yep, gets that one on the
It's got
board.
It's got a red light.
Belgium at 235 kilos. Next weight on the bar.
So this he didn't finish.
245 kilos.
Just having a look, the replay there. Yeah,
That
look,
looks okay.
I think he might have got a red light from these knees not looking
Bar loaded, 245
as locked as they
kilos.
could. I mean, he stood up and he locked everything,
Yeah, it's got it
but
anyway
you
too.
need to be convincing. You don't want to
Absolutely.
give them a reason to say, oh, yeah, I'm not really sure if that
Yeah.
was locked.
If you got doubt in the referee mind, the saying goes, if you got doubt in the referee mind, you should give it to the lifter.
Yeah.
doubt. Not always the
Nilesh
case.
Karate from India.
That looks good.
Makes short work of 245.
Three white lights and a good lift at 245 for Nilesh of India.
There's no problem with that
Please
one
load the
at
bar to
all.
272.5
Very quick.
kilos for Taro Kobayakawa. Japan. Cheng and Yusuf to get ready.
Wataru Kabiyakawa from Japan, 272 and a half.
Bar loaded, 272.5 kilos, Wataru Kobayakawa of Japan.
Squatted well. 310. Bench 200. Open it with a very. Should be a comfortable 272 and a half. PB is 295.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I
Yeah.
don't think this is going to give him too much trouble. And
Was it knee locked?
yeah, it
How was
just
I
didn't
seeing
look-
something?
it
Yeah,
was-
it's got it,
I think it was locked, but again, it's another one of those ones where you need to make it convincing.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was locked, but it certainly could have been more convincing.
I'm
than
looking
that.
from the side and it looked as if it wasn't quite locked, but I think it was.
Yu Ji Cheng, Chinese Taipei for 290. Giving himself plenty of breathing
I don't know if
space.
he's got. Well, again, he's only did 125 bench, so again, I think he's maybe gonna have a big deadlift. I think. Going for a
Yeah, I
big
think he's
deadlift,
going to open up, and then we're going to see some numbers go on there. really taking his time there.
No.
Unfortunately,
So
no.
290. I wonder if perhaps he is carrying a bit of an
It
injury.
looks like it because he hold on to his chest as he come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top of his pectoral muscle, maybe.
Irimi and Avram get ready as we prepare to move into round 2.
So we load to 330 now. For Muhammad Yusuf from Indonesia. Just shy of his personal best.
Bar loaded, 330 kilos, Muhammad Yusuf,
This
Indonesia.
first lift in the deadlift is so important because it solidifies
Confidence.
that total.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
You know, all of a sudden, your total is registered.
Yeah, that's good.
No problems with that one. 3 white lights.
330 for Yusuf. That concludes the first round. We're into round 2, first weight on the bar.
So we move into their second lifts now. Andre Nicolai Irimi from Romania, 200 kilograms.
Bar loaded, 200 kilos, Andre Irimi, Romania.
Very calm and casual walkout. Doesn't seem too concerned about anything.
Big bench, 250. I think
Very
he
big
went to
bench.
6, 7.5 and just missed it. I think. Big bench, huh?
And that should be a good lift, and it is.
White lights and a good lift at 200 for Irimi of Romania. 220 is the next weight on the bar. This is Lorenzo
There's no
Avram,
problems with that one at
Romania.
all.
Castro and Van He get ready.
So we go to Laurenti Avram from Romania for 220.
Lorenzo Avram,
Still
Romania.
plenty of space under his personal best, so it shouldn't
245
be
is his personal
too
best.
much of a challenge. Well, I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Not quite on this occasion at 220.
Let's have a look at the replay here.
I think you find maybe his legs.
He was very, very forward at the start of that lift,
Yeah.
and he just starts to lean back into it. You can see at the very start of his lift, the shoulders were well in front of the bar. Just sort of possibly just set himself up a little bit wrong. Esteban Castro, 235 and a half.
Duro la barra, pegadita al cuerpo. Hágala para donde esté. Levante la mirada, levante la mirada, levante la mirada.
And just can't quite get to the top.
It's the grip, I think, huh?
I think it was a
Just
bit of a
couldn't hold on to it.
combination of grip and just couldn't lock that hip into position, which could have been because he was losing the grip as well.
Yeah, look, you can see the finger
Yeah, it
in
starts
the
to
right
slip.
hand just begin to go.
Bar loaded. 235
So now we move to Emmerich Van He from Belgium at 245. Just having a look at the scoreboard with the nominated lifts. We're in for a world record attempt treat pretty soon.
Drive it through, lock.
And he got the down command just in the nick of time,
No,
but he got the two
it
lights.
didn't look locked to me from where I was looking.
And if you look in the replay, he was starting to lose grip on that bar as well. And that left hand was starting to
going
lose
again.
grip. Some of these guys struggling a bit with their second. Nilesh Garati, 260.
Yeah, increase of 15 kilo from his opener.
And you can just sort of see the fatigue starting to set in on the second
Yeah.
list with a couple of these guys. It's not an easy job to manage your energy levels throughout the entire competition, particularly in equipped.
Yeah, that should be
Very
good.
nice job.
Green white lights and a good lift at 260 for Nilesh. Next weight on the bar is 280. This is for Wataru Kobayakawa of Japan. Cheng and Yusuf, get ready.
Wataru
Followed
from Japan, 280. And in about 2 minutes' time, you're going to see that world record attempt that I just talked about. At 3:46.
Yeah, the record
From
is
Yusuf.
3:45 at the moment.
Oh, he's having to
Working
work
it.
hard to get it to lock out. Oh,
No,
but he dips
just
forward
come
at the top.
forward. So I think he's
You can see he's a little disappointed with himself.
got it.
Somehow he got that
Will he
lift.
be overturned?
Interested to see if the jury has a look at it.
Chinese Taipei. Yusuf and Irimi, get ready. Bars loaded. 290 kilos, Yu Jui Cheng, Chinese Taipei.
290 kilos goes to the bar now for Yu Jai Cheng, Chinese Taipei.
He missed this on his first attempt.
Needs to put this on the board to
Yeah.
get that total. Let's see what changes he makes.
Seconds.
And it just doesn't want to shift.
No.
This looks
I
like
think
he's
it's a bit too
really
much.
run out of energy.
290 for Cheng.
Well, let's hope our next lifter has enough energy. 346 kilograms for a world record.
In the deadlift.
The record currently stands at 345. We are putting
So
a kilo on
he
top
could have
of
put
this
345 and a half.
record
He's
attempt
gone
for Mohammed Yusuf
346.
of Indonesia.
His 330 looked really
Yeah,
good.
it did.
Take world records, and this is in the A group. The B group has not even started yet, ladies and gentlemen.
346 kilograms for a world record attempt. And he is a very, very big looking 83 kilo class, yet he weighed in at just 79.73.
Like the rain is falling outside.
75 kilos of that is in his legs.
Bar is loaded. 346 kilos. Mohammed Yusuf, Indonesia.
Legs and hip. This is where you need the power for deadlift.
Yeah, I mean, and you have a look at this guy. He's built
yeah, it's
really
big,
heavy in
very
those
big
legs.
hips
I mean,
in
he's
it,
got
yeah. Looks
pretty much got 2 tree trunks there.
big deadlift. 346. Oh, did he finish it? Yes, he has. I think that
Well,
should be good.
that moved like a warm-up.
No, he didn't.
2 red lights.
Didn't
Let's have
quite
a look and
finish
see
it.
why.
It's got a red and a yellow.
And what that is only the second round.
But it moved well, so I think he'll manage that really easy. Let's have a look.
Round 3. This is for Andre Irimi of Romania. Abram and Castro to get ready.
So they just we just got a lovely replay of an earlier one.
Yeah, I thought that was the right lift.
Thought
Anyway.
he's changed his suit between the replays. And
There we are.
doesn't look like he's locked those knees out very well. He'll fix it on the next one. It moved well. He knows what it feels like
Yeah,
now.
it's got one more attempt to go.
So Andre Irimi from Romania, 210. Gets it to the top. Referees say, good
Yep.
lift.
Lights and a good lift at 210 for Andre Irimi, Romania. Next weight on the bar, 220 kilos. Laurentiio Avram.
So we moved to 220 for Laurenti Avram from Romania. So he missed this on his second lift. Just just looked fatigued more than
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I thought he was. Didn't look confident at all.
Hopefully, got a bit of air into him at the back. Got some hydration. Man, he's just struggling to get it there to lock out. I don't think he's going to get that one.
Let's see.
No lift.
Unfortunately, no lift.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate, but he got that first one on the board, which was important to get a total. So now Esteban Castro looking at 235. Missed this one on his second. But again, importantly, he gets the first one in.
He's on the,
He has a total.
He can make a total. Correct.
And the deadlift at such an important point is to get that first one in. Otherwise, you're putting yourself under so much pressure. So 235 for Esteban Castro from Costa Rica. And just couldn't quite hold it, lock out there. Got it to the top, but just couldn't quite bring it all the way.
Esteban Castro of Costa Rica, no lift at 235, 245 next weight on the bar.
Yeah, just as he tried to put those shoulders back, it just pulled him forward.
Just put it forward, yep.
Emmerich Van Hee from Belgium wants 245.
Missed this on his second.
Seen a lot of second round misses.
If he gets this, it will give him a 727.5 kilo total. Which is a respectable total. It's
Well,
83 kilo.
you know, it wasn't that long ago when a 727 would have got you into the medals in the 83s.
Sure.
Now you've got to be pushing up around the 900s.
Oh. Push it through, get the hip forward.
And I just don't think he's got those shoulders back or those knees locked. Let's wait and see what the referees say. No lift.
Unfortunately, no lift for Emmerich at 245, 270 next weight on the bar. Nilesh Garate, India. Yujui Cheng and Kobayakawa.
Nilesh Garate looking for 270 from India.
Yeah. Got 260 on his second.
Yeah, so he's hit his opener, he's hit his second, he's been looking good.
If he gets this, it'll give him a 795 total.
And take all the time he needs, he's got plenty of time. He made it hard for himself there, didn't he?
He did. The
Started
bomb
to swing out a little bit.
Yeah, move away from his body, then you have to pull it back.
Somehow he managed to pull it back and he gets his third lift on the board, but boy did he make it difficult for himself.
This is for Yujui Cheng of Chinese Taipei. He needs this one.
Now he needs this.
He is
To
under
make a
all
total.
sorts of pressure.
Let's make some noise and get behind the lifter and help him get this weight off the deck.
He needs this 290.
I suspect he got a problem.
Yeah, look, he came out,
yeah,
he
sure.
benched without a shirt. We questioned whether he either had a problem or he was waiting for the deadlift. But it looks like he may have a little bit of an injury, a little bit of an issue. Fantastic to see him get this one on the board so he can lock away that total.
Come on, Cheng, let's see ya.
I think he weighed in as the lightest lifter today at 78.4. And just not enough left in the tank. It's just not going to happen today.
Gary, what was the point of if you got an injury? It's go away and get that fix ready for the next competition. Why try to put any more?
And we'll see if we can find out later on what the reasoning was.
Because he's holding his chest, top of his chest.
It could be an injury,
Yeah.
or it might just be that the travel's affected him.
Could be, but I think it's an injury. It's an injury problem.
Wataru from Japan, 290. He's hit his opener and his second.
Yeah. This will give him a 800 kilo total.
40 seconds.
So is he coming out for this lift? He's got 30 seconds left on the
Okay,
clock.
he's not coming out for this one, ladies
Oh,
and
he's not
Yeah,
gentlemen.
it
coming
doesn't
out.
look
He's
like he's
withdrawn.
coming out. We've still got to let the clock run down.
Yeah. So he finished with a 790 kilo total.
And of course, the great support from Uplift who have put this wonderful competition together. Absolutely fantastic platform, bringing coaches and athletes from around the world together, and quality coaches. And that is one of their main priorities,
Yeah.
is they are quality coaches. So not anyone can join as an Uplift coach. You've got to go through a process. Of course, Alico,
Yeah.
those Alico plates, they speak for themselves.
Absolutely. The best in the world.
And it's
Best
one of
in the
those.
world.
It's one of those companies that you just need to mention their name and everyone knows it is quality. And of course, SBD, greatest lifting equipment on the planet. But right now, we load to 346.
Yeah.
World record attempt number 2. He
missed
handled
this.
the weight really easy on that
Yeah.
first attempt. Mohammed Yusuf. It moved like lightning. He just didn't quite get it to position. He knows what it feels like now. It's not uncharted territory anymore. 346 kilos.
If he gets this, it'll give him an 826 kilo total. And the world deadlift record is. Has he
Man,
finished?
I don't think he's finished that one
I don't
again.
think he has.
Wait and see.
Let's see. No.
lift.
Yeah, I don't think the shoulder was back.
Very disappointed.
Yeah.
But
No.
he took a
He
crack
just leave
at
it.
the world
Oh,
record
yeah, of course.
and got extremely close to it, and won't be very long, and he will be pulling that world record. So we move into our second flight now. Kim Rhino Rolvag from Norway, 270 kilograms.
Yeah. Had a fantastic bench of 260.
A great
Equally his
bench.
personal best, and he went for 267.5. Just missed it, yeah.
Just missed out.
Yeah.
Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Had a great bench. Now looking for 270 on the deadlift.
With some news. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a good lift.
The lift was overturned.
Oh, it was overturned.
It was a world
Wonderful.
record at
Oh, yes.
346.
That was a new world record.
So we did see the world record. The lift got overturned. We have a 346 as a new world record.
Just been announced. It's been overturned. It's new world record.
346 kilograms is the new world record.
Scoreboard gone green, from red to green.
Right now, Kim
Fantastic.
Rhino from Norway, 270. If you didn't think they had rhinos in Norway, you are wrong. Oh, just couldn't quite hang on to it. Just couldn't quite hold it there, just lost his grip at the top. Have a look here, and you can just see, he gets it to the top, goes to really lock the knees, and just slips out.
Yeah.
Mikola Baranek, 275.
Bars loaded, 275
Yeah.
kilos. Mikola Baranek.
Yeah, that's
Really, really important to solidify his total.
Yes.
If he solidifies his total here, he is in a very commanding position.
Yes. Because it's at a 3, 6 for 5 kilo squat.
And if he gets this one on the
272.
board on his first lift, he will give himself a personal best total of 912.5.
Got 2 attempts to go after that.
Not that long ago, a 912.5 would have won you a gold medal in one of the heavier weight classes. And that 275 looked very, very easy. And that's a good lift.
For Mikola Baranek of Ukraine. Good lift at 275. Next weight on the bar is 280 kilos.
So we move to 280 now. For Simone Caniel from Italy.
This is for Simone Carniel of Italy.
Well under his best lift.
Yeah.
Give himself
Pretty sweet.
plenty of breathing space, making sure he gets that number on the board.
Bar is loaded, 280 kilos, Simone Carniel of Italy. Shaibikov and Vasyukov to get ready.
And this shouldn't be too much of a challenging lift for him.
Well,
This should be the one that just puts his total on the
27.5
board.
kilo below his personal best, so should be comfortable.
45 seconds.
And that should be a good lift.
31 lights and a good lift for
It
Simone
is.
Carniel
Gets
of
that total on the
Italy.
board now.
Next weight on the bar, 285
So
kilos.
285,
285 kilos
Vladislav
for Shaibikov of Russia.
Shrybakov
Vasyukov and
from
Nadev get ready.
Russia.
Bars loaded.
And again,
285
really
kilos,
important to put this one on the board to
Yes.
solidify that total. He is in the top in contention. Doesn't need to be putting himself under any pressure.
Now, just get that first one on the board and let's begin to assess where you are.
You know, these guys have got amazing benches on them when they're opening on their deadlift 10 kilos above their bench press.
Yes.
Vladislav
30 seconds.
Shrybakov from Russia, 285. And make short
Was
work
a
of that
comfortable
opener.
opener.
It's a bit of acknowledgement to the referees and the crowd.
He'll be there at the end, I think. He'll be fighting for the medal, I think.
Now, Evgeny Vasyukov looking for 285 as well.
Yes.
And again, needs to put this on, solidify that total.
Bars loaded, 285 kilos, Evgeny Vasyukov.
Yeah, we've got a few guys all hanging around in those 900s.
All in the mix.
And
All in
one
the mix, looking
mistake,
for a medal.
one mistake is all.
It takes. And they're all trying not to make that mistake.
So 285. Plenty of experience from this man. 34 years of age, 19 years competing. He's used all that time to perfect how he's getting into that deadlift suit and how he's getting out of it.
Ooh, come forward. It's like a shake. I think it's okay.
I don't know if the bar moved. It was more like the whole body shifted a little bit.
Is he got cramp? He's holding his finger.
Yeah, he's
cramp.
cramped up a little bit. I think the whole body shifted forward.
Yeah, look a bit. Well,
More
that's a
than
good
anything.
shake. Yeah, should be okay.
Bars loaded.
So now we have 295. Andrei Naniev from Ukraine.
Yeah. And he, if he gets this as well, he could also be in the mix.
Yep, he's sitting right there,
Yes.
just waiting for one mistake.
Is it finished?
Wasn't his best lockout ever.
No, I didn't thought it didn't look finished to me.
No lift at 295.
Yeah, just wasn't his best lockout out. Put himself under a bit of pressure there now.
300 kilos next weight on the bar. The
Sho-
bar is loaded.
Yeah, the shoulder not quite back in my opinion. So
Chinese
Yeah, he's just
Taipei.
not really locking those hips through and those shoulders back. So now we look at Yi Sin Kwan, Chinese Taipei, for 300 kilograms.
45 seconds. Seconds.
And of course, the gold medal in the deadlift, 346 kilogram world record from Yusuf.
yeah,
In the
was
first
failed,
flight.
but overturned by the jury.
3 reds. The Kwan at 300 kilos. Same weight remains on the bar. 300 kilos. Tia Karachi.
And just couldn't quite get the one through.
Bar is loaded. For the Indian
So if you want a
lifter,
gold medal in the
Vasyukov.
deadlift coming from this group, you're going to have to make a miracle lift. Kasanathan from India, 300 kilograms. Now, he isn't able to total.
No,
His
he failed-
focus has
failed
been
to make
on the
it.
deadlift and getting a medal in the deadlift.
Yeah, but he didn't bench very well either. So
He
did
did
just
one bench.
Just one benching, I think. Yeah.
35 seconds.
So he has a bit of an advantage here that he hasn't used a lot of energy.
Oh,
And
he could struggle here.
let's see.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got it
Well
on the
done.
board.
300 kilos, Katiyagaran Kasinathan of India. Please note about the
Yeah, went forward and back
12.5
again,
kilos
yeah.
for Newt Douglas of the USA.
So Paul Douglas of the USA now 312.5.
Yeah.
Bar loaded.
He needs to get this on the board.
12.5 kilos, Newt Douglas,
That put him right in the mix
USA.
for a medal.
Now, I'm just watching the Russian coaching staff. Just ran around to the jury. I wonder if they're going to ask a question and protest something. But right now we've got 312.5 on the bar for Paul Douglas. This one's going to keep him in touch.
Yeah. He needs this. Get his opener. Yeah, that
Very
was good.
nicely done.
Good lift, 3 white lights at 312.5 for Newt Douglas, USA.
Very nicely done.
Round 2, first weight on the bar, 270
So now we
kilos,
come around for their
Rhino
second
Rollback
lifts.
Norway.
Kim Rhino from Norway.
Now, did he have a problem? Because when he finished, let it go, and he started to walk off holding his hand.
Yeah, it looked like he had a bit of trouble with the grip on that one.
270 kilos, Kim Rhino Rollback of Norway.
So they got 270 on the bar. Time to solidify this total. You've done all the hard work. You've kept in touch with these guys.
Big bench. He needs this to make a total. So let's wish him well. That's better.
That looks a lot better than his previous. Held onto it all the way, locked it out.
Next weight on the bar is 282.5
And he gets that on the board and solidifies his total.
Ukraine, Daniel Anshiabakov, get ready.
Mikola
Shaybekov.
Baranik, 282.5. He got his first one on the board. He solidified his total. He is currently in the #1 position,
Yes, he is.
and everyone else is
And
going to have
just
to
got
chase him
chase
down.
after him, yeah. So
But he has got Yevgeny from Russia breathing down his neck.
it's gonna be a battle. Like we said, it's gonna go right down to the
It'll
final
come right
deadlift.
down to the wire.
And there's gonna be maybe 1 or 2 changes in the final round of deadlift.
Yeah, they'll all be watching those.
Great powerlifting.
30 seconds.
Yeah, that looks good.
Very
I
easy.
think you're gonna have to go somewhere to beat this guy today.
It's going to be tough.
282.5 kilos for Baranik, Ukraine. Next weight on the bar.
Simone
282.5
Kaniel,
kilos, Simone
292
Italy.
and a half.
Shaybekov and Naniev, get ready. Bar loaded, 292.5 kilos, Simone Carniel, Italy.
Yeah, he had a 280. Now it's gone 12.5 kilo.
Yeah, but a good opening 280.
Yes, he did.
Now for 292.5.
Fallo agganciare. Duo.
That
That
looks
looked
good.
just as good as his opener.
3 white lights and a good lift at 292.5 kilo for Simone, 295.
We go to 295, Vladislav Shebakov.
Naniev and Vasyukov to get ready.
Yeah,
So,
and he's another one.
yeah, look, I
That's
mean,
running back
he
there.
needs to put some numbers on the board.
95 kilos,
He is
Vladislav
currently
Shebakov,
sitting in
Russia.
3rd position.
And that's one guy to look forward to the future, I think.
Yeah, very much
He's only
so.
24 years old, just gone through the juniors, and he's putting pressure on the,
Yeah,
the
look,
seniors.
and he needs to be, playing a really smart game here.
Yes.
He's sitting in bronze medal,
Yes.
but right behind him is Paul Douglas from the USA,
Yes.
waiting to pounce.
Remind you, there's 2 changes in the final roll of the deadlift. So the
And,
coaches, they start to how to do the work, where they are, work the figures out.
And Paul Douglas has a little bit of an advantage. He's a fraction lighter than
That's
Shevchenko.
good.
Very good lift, 3 white lights.
That put him in silver medal overall for a moment.
Andrei Naniev from the Ukraine, 295.
Now we missed his opener.
Yep, so he's missed out on a couple of kilos
Yeah,
there.
so it's put him out there, the reckoning for the moment, I think. I don't think he can make it up, so.
Needs to do a very convincing lock out at the
Certainly
top.
do.
That looked a
Has
lot
he got
better
it?
than his first.
Has he got it though?
I think it should be
Yeah,
okay. It
got
is.
it. Not a lot more there though, Gary.
Yeah, not a huge amount of room to move. So you have Evgeny Vasyakov from Russia now, 297 and a half.
Yes, and this will put him into the lead for the gold medal for the moment. With 1 attempt to go, it's building up into the finale.
Yeah, so you've got current totals.
Yeah. If you want to take bets at who could become world champion in this group.
So this will put him at 922 and a half.
922 and a half, yes.
Varanek is currently on 920. Shavakov on 915. Douglas 902 and a half.
As he finish it.
And did he lock it out? I think he
We
did.
said yes.
He did.
2 to 1.
Gets it on the board. And then sitting below Douglas.
That put him into the lead for the moment.
And look, and there's Naniev sitting below Douglas on 897 and a half, waiting to see if Douglas makes a mistake and move up another ranking. Yi Sin Kwan, 300 kilograms, missed this on his
Yes, he
opener.
missed this. Gary, this is what I want to see in powerlifting. 3, 4 guys fighting for the title.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Oh, no. Look at me too heavy
He's
for you.
just really struggling to get that there.
Yeah.
And, you know, we talked earlier that maybe he's got a bit of a problem. Yeah, I mean, that's 20 kilos under his personal best and he's having a hard time with it. Kasanathan from India now, 307.5. Looking to chase down a medal in the deadlift. He can't get a total now.
Yes.
But he can still medal in the deadlift.
It's a possibility because don't forget, you can win a medal, first, second, and third in the deadlift. So it'd be nice if you can go away with some sort of medal in the deadlift. Didn't make a total in the
Yeah,
squat.
it's nice to take something home.
Yeah, it'd be nice, yes.
And got that to the top well. I don't think there's a whole lot of room left though.
Got you in 3rd place at the moment.
So Paul Douglas, 325.
Yeah. He needs to get this
Yep,
if
this
you
will
want to put
actually-
any pressure on the
Well, yeah,
top 3.
this will temporarily roll him up into the bronze medal.
Yeah, in the
position
bronze
overall.
medal, yeah.
That'll put him at 915. And that's on weight. He is a fraction lighter than Shevchenko. So
he
all he has
needs
to
to
do
meet
to get into the
match
bronze
it.
medal is match Shevchenko.
This is a very important lift for him.
325.
Any chance of getting a medal here? Overall, he need to nail this one.
Just shy of his personal best.
Yeah, 327.5.
So missing this, he pretty much shuts the door.
Yes, you think so. wouldn't you?
Opening this, he's
Yeah.
got
He
his
needs
foot
this.
and half his leg through the door.
He needs this. Get the hip through.
I
Yep,
think he's got it.
got
Looks
it.
good. Waiting for the referees. It's a good lift. It is a good lift.
Yep.
So he just opened the door stuck his leg in and said, I'm coming for a medal. If you don't want me to have it, you're going to have to lift a bit more. Kim Rhino Rolvag from Norway now. 280. He missed his opener at 270.
Yeah.
Got it on his second, now looking for 280. He ranks 6th overall.
Yeah, this will keep him in 6th place overall, which is respectable, and a 877.5 kilo total. It's a huge total.
It's
for
a
83.
massive total.
And still longer in 6th place.
Just shows the growth of the competition and the development of the athletes. I mean, it really wasn't that long ago when 877.5 would have been
world champion.
a gold medal and probably a world record. Taking up all the time he needs.
Yep, stick up 44 seconds.
No need to wait for a start command, so he can use that time really well.
Keep it going.
Gets it to the top.
Let's see what the referee said. Yes, 3
It's on
white
the
line.
board.
Well done.
Gives him a personal best total as well there. Mikola Baranek from the Ukraine, 290. To temporarily roll
This
him
will
up
put him into the gold medal position for the moment. So he does have to sit and wait after this. Get this and sit and wait.
It's a tough position to be in because you've put the
you
number
can't do
up
nothing
there.
else.
So if he gets this on the board, the total goes to 927.5, and then all the next lifters know that's the number to beat, and they're in a really good position to shift and change their attempts.
If you're watching at home,
just the way
this
the sport
is
rolls.
some absolutely top of the tree lifting. This is power at its best.
Baranek from the Ukraine.
Need to nail this one. Oh, that was easy.
He did, very
It was
easy.
good enough. Bit
of a shout there.
there.
All right, so that puts him in the gold medal position temporarily.
Has he got 5 more kilo? You know, would you go and think, well, you know,
It's
would
always,
you, yeah, it's difficult.
I mean, it looks. I mean, looking at that, I'd say definitely.
When the pressure is on, yeah.
But the number of times you've looked at something like that with an athlete and gone, you've easily got 5 more kilos, put on the 2.5, and that stops them.
It's gone, yeah. But like I said, now he's got to sit and wait.
So I'll say there's a couple of changes going in now. Because the number to beat is 927.5. So Vladislav Shabakov from Russia, 305. This will take him to the silver medal at 325.
Give him 925. So this won't challenge you.
So this will take him to the silver medal.
But this lad is gonna be a fantastic lifter for the future. He's under 24 years old.
A world champion very soon.
In the making.
25 seconds.
Looking to move himself temporarily into the silver medal position.
15 seconds.
925 kilo total. Gets this, and I think he's got it.
And he gets the 3 white lights, so he's sitting in the silver medal position and just waiting now. But right now, Yevgeny Vesyakov looking for 305, and this will move him into the gold medal position.
This is taking from 3rd up to 1st.
So this will move him to gold medal position.
45 seconds for Evgeny.
And if he misses this, he sits in the bronze medal position.
Yep.
And has to
With
wait.
922.5, so he'll have to wait. Yes, you're right. So this is put him into
30 seconds.
the gold medal position for the moment. Oh, has he got it? No.
I don't think he can. No, not quite. Couldn't quite lock it out.
Everything.
Can you make sure he's okay? Is he okay? Give him
couldn't
So
quite lock it out. So he sits in the bronze medal position and now has to wait. So Yi Sin Kwan, Chinese Taipei, now 307.5 for
now
a bronze medal in
he's
the
pulling for a
deadlift.
bronze medal in the deadlift.
So he missed his opener. He's missed his second.
He's gone up
He's
7.5
thrown on
kilos.
7.5 kilos in an attempt to maybe salvage something and get a bronze medal in the deadlift.
Yeah, I wish him
But
well.
still, he has to put this on the board,
He has
even
to,
to
yep.
register a total.
Yes. But this could be
And
not make a
having
total or get a bronze medal.
And having a look at his first and second lift, I don't know if adding any weight was going to provide
Well,
any.
This is a world championship and he has to have a go.
Yeah, look, and possibly maybe the thought of pulling for a medal might spur him on.
Go ahead. No,
And
just
can't
not
get it to
far
lock
off.
out.
Did he got it? Let's look at this again. No.
So he gets the white lights though, so he moves himself into the bronze medal position there. So now he has to wait and see because Simone Carniel from Italy is looking for 310. And he wants the bronze
this will take
medal.
the third away. Yep, take the bronze away from him. In the deadlift we're talking about now. Dead.
Vai a gancia bassi che li fai. E apri la cinta.
So personal best pull as well. 307.5 is his best. This is 2.5 kilo.
So he's going to have to pull a personal best to get himself a medal.
Yeah.
It's moved well off
Get
the
the hip
floor.
forward. Yes, I think he's got it.
I think it should be good. It
Yes,
is.
he has.
He moves into the bronze medal. So then he has to wait because Gasanathan from India wants 312.5 because he wants a crack at the gold medal. At the bronze medal,
bronze
sorry.
medal in the deadlift.
He wants to
So
take a bronze in the
there's all
deadlift.
things happening here. Overall total medals.
Everyone
Yeah.
is trying to move their
absolutely.
way up.
This is a bronze medal pull, and the
No, he's 295. He missed it. Sorry, he's 300. He hit it on his opener. 307.5 looked good as well.
it's gone
He's
up
got
5
the
kilo.
advantage of not having benched a lot. He's only
He's
got
on the
one
bench
bench.
110, so he saved his energy.
He's got lots of energy left in the tank. Can he salvage his day?
No. Has he got? Oh,
He has.
hang
He's
on,
pulled
hang on,
it
he's got
straight.
it through.
It looks like it should
See
be a
what
good
the refer-
lift. It is.
He's got it.
Two white lights. He slides into the bronze medal position in the deadlift. So we stay at 312.5. Andrei Naniev from the Ukraine. He wants the bronze
Is he
medal
lighter?
now.
I think he's lighter, yeah.
He's a fraction lighter. There's
Lighter,
a
so
movement in
now
the
we'll
bronze
take
medal
it
position.
And the deadlift we're talking about. And this will give him a 915 kilo total. And just outside the medal, overall medal, 4th place.
Just
Not bad
outside
placing.
there.
But this is for a bronze medal in the deadlift.
Now, there's one more lift to come after him, so this will give him a 915 total if
Yeah.
he gets this. If Douglas misses his lift,
Correct.
he is heavier than Naniev, which means Naniev will move up a place.
Yeah, no.
Just a little bit too much today, though. So, Kasanathan will take the bronze medal in the deadlift, but right now, Paul Douglas
Pulling for bronze, silver medal.
pulling for the silver medal in the deadlift, silver medal overall.
Two tight, well,
If he misses this lift,
Yeah.
he goes back to 4th.
that's right. So this is a huge pull for him.
Baranek at a
Give
927, he is the world champion.
Yep.
This is a big enough pull to pull into the silver medal from 4th position.
Yep.
He
4th
will
to silver.
overtake Vasyukov. He will overtake Shybakov and into the silver medal position.
And give him silver medal in the deadlifts.
Well over his personal best. It's 10 kilos on his last lift.
What a pull.
But pulling for a silver medal could be all
With
the
everything.
adrenaline you need.
30 seconds.
So for a medal. Silver medal.
It's moving well. Just couldn't get across his
No, bit
knees.
too much.
He gave it everything he had. So that means that Baranek takes out the World Championship. Shobakov takes out the silver. Vasyukov takes out the bronze medal. Now, does that move Naniev up to... No, he missed his lift. So Douglas takes out the 4th position and almost found himself in the silver,
silver
medal
medal, boys.
overall.
Gary, what a
way
session.
to finish. And of
what
course,
quality.
the world record in the deadlift at 346 kilograms came from the first flight. So none of the guys in the second flight had a chance at the gold medal in the deadlift. What an amazing session to finish on. Ralph, we cannot thank you enough. And of course, don't go too far away. Medal ceremony coming up very shortly at 2 p.m. local time. We'll be back here again with more action, and we'll be looking. We'll have the We'll have the 63 kilo women at 2 p.m. and of course the 93 kilo men at 5 p.m. right here in Dubai.
Secretary of the United Arab Emirates Federation of Powerlifting. Okay, we are ready. We are ready to present the medals, first of all, for the individual lifts and finally for the overall. First of all, squats. In bronze medal position on the squats, with a 352.5 kilo squat from Ukraine, Andriy Naniev. Silver medal position on the squats, 365 kilos, also from Ukraine, Mikola Barani. And squat gold, 367.5 kilos from the USA, Paul Newt Douglas. Well done, gentlemen. Amazing job. Thank you. And we now move to the bench press. Bench press bronze, 272.5 kilos from Ukraine, Mikola Barani. Silver medal position, 275 kilos from Russia, Vladislav Shaibekov. Gold medal on bench press, 280 kilos, also from Russia, Evgeny Vasyukov. Well done, gentlemen. Thank you. And now to the deadlift. In bronze medal position with a 312.5 kilo deadlift from India, Tyagaraja Kasinathan. Silver medal position with 325 kilos from the USA, Paul Newt Douglas. Deadlift gold today with a new world record of 346 kilos from Indonesia, Mohamed Yusuf. Well done, gentlemen. Thank you. And we now present the medals for the overall and crown the new world champion. In bronze medal position, with 922.5 kilos totaled, from Russia, Evgeny Vasyukov. Taking the silver medal, with 925 kilos, from Russia, Vladislav Shaivikov. Your new world champion, 83 kilos with 927.5 kilos. From Ukraine, Mykola Barani. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving these gentlemen and incredible athletes a final round of applause as they leave the platform behind the technical controller.